What's good? Welcome back to Mom Made Radio. This your boy King John. Tune in. But before we do that, a word from our sponsors.
Welcome to the Mom Made Morning Show. This your boy King John. We about to tap in with some music and we gonna get this morning started. Let's kick it.
Can't get this off my lips. You love me with devotion. You don't kill me when I trip. I need to sip from the river. Just wanna get what you get. Give me unlimited vision. Let's see through the counterfeit. I want the realest. Where you come from, you can't get that with a PJ. It's so full inside this house, I feel like DJ. I can't fight it, let your light come shine on me. Ain't no hiding, I'm confiding in your peace. Carrying buckets of shame. Father, I'm saying your name, but so far from it. Come see the blood in my veins. For me, he bleeding the same. Take this covenant. This is the greatest exchange. At his altar, there's a flame that burns your rubbish. Gave me a cup full of rain. He poured it over every stain until he comes. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Yeah, I just turned a milli down to be home with my son. Y'all don't get it. I can't gain a thing if I've already won. Still don't get it. I was full back when my bank account was none. Cause my God the type to leave the 99 to get the one. This is life or death. I ain't making music just for fun. Glory to your name, Father. I pray that your kingdom come. And when Satan's on my heels, I pray it's Nike with the run. Make my heart beat more like Hezekiah. Say it and it's done. Breakthrough. Lord Jesus, I need breakthrough. I've been doing things that made the Father have to break you. Living in my shame like the potter didn't shape you. But I know even in the storm, the water didn't wake you. The water didn't wake you. And that cross couldn't break you. Yeah, the darkness couldn't take you. Oh, yeah. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame.
I wanna start the morning off by saying I hope everybody has an amazing day, prosperous day, and I hope all things go well for you. So I have a link at the top that everybody that's in the room can click on real quick. It's about something that's happened this week that I thought was like something that really should be talked about still, because it's just crazy to me. But this guy right here at the top, I'm about to go to the story real quick and then we can talk about it.
9-year-old Eric Aguirre, his hands in cuffs as he makes his first court appearance days after police say he shot a man posing as a parking attendant in Edo. Michael Hanover is a prosecutor in the DA's office.
The allegation is that he pursued and shot an individual who had encountered at a parking lot outside of the Rodeo Goat restaurant.
Say Aguirre paid Elliot Nix $40 to park in Edo, but a restaurant waiter told him it was a scam. From their court records state the waiter watched Aguirre, quote, run back to the Cadillac and get a pistol out of the vehicle. The documents then say Aguirre ran after the complainants out of view with the gun in his hand. Authorities say the 29-year-old was out on parole for aggravated assault in another county at the time of the shooting. He was arrested days ago when his date came forward after seeing this Crime Stoppers picture.
She wanted to do the right thing. She wanted to make sure that she came forward and told the police what she knew.
The penal code in Texas and in 49 other states and most civilized countries doesn't give you any legal basis to shoot and kill someone who ripped you off.
Number one, that $40 wasn't that serious, bro. So basically, him and his girl was going on a date. They met up. They parked their cars in this parking lot. This dude came up to him and said, "Hey, y'all got to pay me $20 a piece for the parking here." He go in there, and then the dude, like some waiter or somebody was like, "Hey, that dude's scamming people. He's taking people money." So this dude decides to go back outside, go to his car, get a gun, go shoot my man's. Maybe he took his $40 back too. Maybe he did that. You know what I'm saying? That's, not in the story, but maybe he did. That would be smart, I guess. If you go do that, you might as well take your $40 back. But he walked back into the store and then, to the restaurant and then finished dinner. And this man ends up dying and now he's facing murder charges. What kind of sense is that, bro? Like, I don't really get it. But it's like, I know we living in a world right now where a lot of stuff don't make sense. But then the woman, at first, originally, she told the police that she didn't see him do anything and she didn't hear any gunshots or anything like that. And that all he said that he just scared the guy. And then she eventually, after it came out, she said that they're saying she went and said, yeah, he did it. He did kill the person like that. Like, that's crazy. And, like, there's a possibility that something else could have happened within the time he went into the restaurant and had dinner. And after, like, if the dude, he could have went out there and scared the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, chill out with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be out here scamming people. Give me my money back, blah, blah. And then somebody else could have came and then actually killed, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That could have happened too. So, it's possibilities. But I brought this story up because this is the type of stuff that's going on in the world right now. And it's kind of deep. Brother Nana, are you in the room, bro? Are you busy? Are you able to speak?
I'm here, but I'm with my daughter now, so it's gonna be hard to speak.
Oh, okay. No, I got you on that. Did you want to say something really quick or no? Are you good to with that story?
I think it's prefrontal cortex, possibly. Like it's like an extremism that everybody is kind of given to now, and it's like these reactions, these like extreme reactions that people is having. It's sad that's becoming more regular. But I can't say that I didn't see this coming. The direction everything was going.
Yes, it's like normalized for him to have did something like that. Like, in his mind, if that's what he did, bro, he like my man's got it. It's deep, bro. Like, that, there's nothing smart about that, bro. What's smart about going outside and shooting a nigga just because he scammed you out of $40? Like, that's not smart, bro. That's not normal. Like, and it's like, that's what's bothering me about this story, because it's like, that's not justified in no type of way, bro. Like, what is your issue for real? Like, you could have even fought, bro, or, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I
I
don't know.
agree. I agree. He could have there's a million ways he could have handled that. And at the end of the day, now he got a murder charge. And even if they was to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna let you slide this time and let him get off that murder, it ain't like his life gonna be the same. He a killer now. And that one little interaction really wasn't worth it, even if he get off for the murder.
Yeah, no, he might get off of the murder because literally, like, the girl first said that she didn't know that he did anything, and the only witness is the dude that said they seen him go to get to the car to go get the gun and then shoot him. Like, and it seemed like that would have been a bigger scene though. Like, I don't even know how that scene was set up, but it's like nobody was outside when he did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's crazy. And it's like, it sounded like he shot the guy and he didn't die right away, and eventually he died. And you know what I'm saying? So maybe he shot him, you know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, stop playing with me, and then left him thinking like, okay, he'll be all right. I ain't shoot him too bad or whatever. So that's what it sounds like. I don't know. It's a lot of variables to it. Monty Love, welcome to the room, sister. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. We in here having a conversation about this topic at the top. A man resumes date after killing a parking attendant who was scamming him out of some money. Um, what do you think about that concept? What if you was on a date with a man and I'm crying? What if you was on a date with a man and he went outside and came back in and told you no, he went to go scare somebody or whatever, the dude, the parking attendant, you know what I'm saying? And then you find out the next day that he actually shot and killed the dude. What would you do at that point?
Damn, I don't know. I feel creeped out.
And that's deep though. And you know what's so crazy? Because I be watching movies sometimes that I be seeing certain things. Like I seen a movie one time where, you know, this couple, they was together for like years. They was married and everything. And then it was a show actually. It was called Sinner. And the dude basically like something happened in his past and it came back to haunt him, and he started going through like some like real bad like mental issues, and you know, dealing with some problems, and he ended up like, I guess he developed schizophrenia, or maybe he had it, I don't know. But basically the wife was like, you know, like turned on him like completely. It was like, no, you crazy, get the fuck away from me, like that, like. And like it's kind of messed up because it's like, okay, I understand you want to be safe, but it's like, damn, like you don't think this person, like, because the man, he wasn't about to hurt her. Like you can see it in the show, like he wasn't trying to hurt her, but she was scared, like that maybe, I don't know, maybe he could hurt her or something like that. I don't know, but she completely turned on him like she never knew him or whatever the case may be. And I feel like that's kind of deep to me because I just feel like this is still the person that you've been dealing with for however long, even though they just did something that, you know, you might not understand, like for real. Like it might be wrong too, but you might not even understand. Like I can see certain things, but I can't I don't know. I don't know. But not like this. This is deep. Like he just went and killed that man. But my mind just blown for real. I can't lie to you. My mind blown about this whole situation. But what do you think you can be married to somebody for 20 years and then they do something wrong and you just switch up on them because whatever it is like it makes you like paranoid or whatever?
No, like it wouldn't bother. It would bother me, but it wouldn't make me want to like divorce them or anything like that. It would just, I would just have to roll through the punches with them.
And see, that's the thing too. Like I think like people should talk to people like that. Like, would you say like, bae, you know, you just killed this person or you just did something like that's really bad, and like I feel like I'm scared now. Like I don't know what you would do to me. Like what's going on? Like who are you? Like that's, I'm feeling like that. Would you come to him like that, or would you just let yourself think whatever you thinking, and then like, you know, a lot. No,
No, I
yeah,
wouldn't. I wouldn't feel like they're gonna attack me because if we were together for 20 years, they obviously would attack me like in the first 3 months, the way I am. But I wouldn't be like that. I would just think something switched up in their head, or maybe, they're going through something that I don't know about. Or maybe they have a dark side that, I don't know. Every situation is different. Maybe somebody came and attacked them and they felt the need to, defend themselves. I don't know.
I see what you're saying. I just it's deep, you know. I know brother Nan said he with his daughter right now, so I don't know if he want to tap in, but I want to just at least ask him if he want to add to that. Nan, you want to add to anything, brother?
Um, yeah, I mean that's the like you them good. Those are good topics right there because I know. Yeah, my baby talking too. I know me and my family got to understanding like you're you, I'm me. You know what I'm saying? If I ever get to talking crazy, okay, if you ever feel like it's you or me, choose you, okay? But and the reason why I say this is because we had these things in my family where certain people we didn't know, they just flipped, went crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, that's pretty mind blowing. Like people. They was perfectly normal their whole lives. Nothing wrong with them, not even a sign. Certain age, they just flip, go crazy. Ziggity boom. I don't know what's going on with them. Okay, so this is a thing, an anomaly that happens in my family. And because of that, you know, me and my wife, even my mom, we had these certain conversations. Like, like me, I understand that I have a dangerous personality. The one thing that I wouldn't want any of my family to play with is if I lost my ability to have my moral compass with the type of man that I am. You know what I'm saying? The type of person that I am, if I lose my moral compass, that could be very dangerous. I wouldn't want to be around my family, wouldn't want them playing with me, you know. So I totally understand how a person could be with somebody 20 years and then just totally flip and turn on them. If a switch flip and they're not the same person, depending on who it is, that could be very scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's like because the truth of the matter is like I think honestly that people just really decide one day that they're just gonna be like they're done with like not saying nothing or speaking about how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a cousin that like did something like that before too. Like he thought like he one day he just came home from school and just said that he was the devil and that he was gonna start selling weed and drop out of school and quit his job and all this other stuff. Like it was weird. But he knew what he was doing and like he understood what he was doing, but he just wanted like it was just something in him that was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to do this because I feel like this is what it is. And like after he did it, he probably realized, okay, that's not how I should do it. I shouldn't go about it like that. Like it's like he recognized something and he's seen it and he like, okay, I am this and I need to do this and boom, I'm about to go start doing it. And then when he realized like, okay, well, it's not gonna be able to be done like that because people are gonna look at me like I'm fucking crazy. He kind of like reevaluated whatever it was, and it was kind of a deep situation in general. But I think that sometimes people really sometimes say enough is enough, and it's like that snap part. You feel me? Like, well, now I'm about to, this is what you want me to do. All right, bet. And it's so fucked up how mental health work though, because do you know there's people like myself, like I used to actually think like this too, but I have really changed that so much throughout my life. But it was really bad at one point. Like I would, if somebody felt like I was a certain way or somebody like projected how they felt like I was onto me, I would accept it and be like, oh well, that's who I am. I'm gonna be that anyway. You feel like I'm gonna you know, you feel like I'm gonna smoke weed. Fuck it, I'm gonna smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Don't even really give a fuck about no damn weed. But okay, you know what? Fuck it, I'm about to smoke this shit. Like not even really saying it like I was feeling like that or saying that, but in my mind there was a process happening where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Well, shit, if they feel like I'm gonna do this anyway, shit, why not do it? Like, in my mind, not using logic or whatever, but just using whatever knowledge I had at the time and whatever feelings I had. So, some people can be a disadvantage to people or a stumbling block to people not even knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Telling somebody that they can't stop doing something or whatever the case may be, that could also be a problem too. So that's a lot, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. But yeah, Money Love, do you want to add anything else?
No, I was just thinking about what you were saying, but no, I don't even know about this subject. I don't even know what happened. I haven't even read about it.
Yeah, I just I found the story like a few days ago, and it's still like trending, and I thought that it was like a good topic to kind of really bring back up on the show today. And I've been doing this show every Sunday at 9 a.m. just so you know. So tune in, tap in, and yeah, it's recorded, so I put it on Spotify and all these things, so you'll hear it on there.
Yeah,
But
I saw that you've been doing some things and stuff like that. Um, I don't even know how to use this app anymore. It's just like changed so much.
yeah, it has changed a lot, but it's changing for the better though. It's changing to kind of make it easier for people to have like platforms to be able to create content and shows and things like that, and keep it organized. So it's working for the benefit though, for real, because like it helps me a lot with a lot of things. Like I love the recordings that you can download because it helps a lot. You know, I don't have to have a whole big setup or whatever. I can like literally just play my music right off my phone. I can like record the room and everything just comes right onto it. I can download the replay and edit it and post it onto Spotify, as my podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good setup. Then you got the soundboard. You know, it makes it's actually a dope setup though. But
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I hear you.
yeah, but can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all share the room and ping some people in? And I'm gonna play a song real
Yeah.
quick, and do that. We come back and I'm gonna have another story for us. I like doing it though. That's crazy. Check out this quick episode of Mind Made TV right now with your boy Darius Edwards. $1 Billion Thoughts, baby.
Everybody that come to work still get their haircut by you know what I'm saying? They don't know what you go through at home, you know what I'm saying? They just know you crispy them up real quick, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it be the people, dog. That's exactly what it is. The very people who I'm cutting, those are the ones who motivate me to continue to come to work. Because, I mean, once I come to work, I leave them problems that I have at home at the door, and then I come in. You came in today, we had good laughs and good jokes, so whatever negative energy, it was canceled off by, you know what I'm saying, your positive energy. So it's the people that just motivate me, bro. I can't be weak for the people depending on me, so I gotta stay strong.
And that's Mind Made for sure. Tune in right now on YouTube. Type in Mind Made TV. Go to playlist and go to season 1 in Mind Made TV. Tune in.
Begin, Heavenly Father, my King. You what I've been, baby, I've been born again. I was feeling low, losing sight of you, vision cloudy, Lord, you came through. Feeling overlooked, now I'm overbooked, getting crazy. Oh Lord, you fight for my life, Michael B. It's a movie. Let the script, I live my purpose truly. It's all because of you. Move that worry out my brain, don't you know? I've been up, prayers up, yeah. You should know, bad it up, praises up, yeah. You should know. Talking my grace, you see it on me. Rocking my faith in G.O.D. Remember them days thinking all my P was blind, couldn't see you set me free. Fighting for me and you fighting for the team. Told me be a light, so you know I gotta clean. Yeah, that I am and me who I am, it's all because of me. It's all because of you.
At the top.
The first federal death penalty trial under the Biden administration is underway in New York. Sayfullo Saipov is charged with murdering 8 people back in 2017. Prosecutors say he ran over pedestrians and cyclists with a rental truck after watching ISIS videos. Senior correspondent Eric Shawn is live in New York. And Eric, the president has said he is in opposition to the death penalty, but the Department of Justice is still pushing for it in this case.
Yeah, that's right. It seems kind of ironic here in federal court in Manhattan, where that trial has just opened this morning. John, right? You are. The president vowed during the campaign to eliminate the federal death penalty, but his Justice Department is seeking just that against a man who they say is an alleged Islamic jihadist terrorist. You know, it was 5 years ago on Halloween when that man, Sayofev Sayepev, drove a rented pickup truck down a pedestrian bike path in the west side of Manhattan. Some of his surviving victims among those, Belgian and Argentine tourists attending the opening of the trial today, including a woman who lost her legs in the attack. Sayapov is accused of mowing down and killing 8 people in this list. Merrick Garland and federal prosecutors seeking the death penalty, despite the president's promise against the federal death penalty and the Department of Justice's own moratorium on executions as this case is being reviewed. In a memo, Garland wrote, quote, serious concerns have been raised about the continued use of the death penalty across the country. No federal executions will be scheduled during the pendency of these reviews. But that does not include Sayapov. More than 24 capital cases have been withdrawn except his. To spare his life, Sayapov has reportedly agreed to plead guilty and serve life if the feds drop the demand for his execution, but that has not yet happened. The Trump administration did restore the federal death penalty, but there have been no such executions since President Biden took office. After this trial, if he is convicted, there will be a penalty phase for sentencing of Sayapov, which could mean he could get life or be executed. John?
Florida prosecutor seeks death penalty against plastic surgeon accused of lawyer's heinous murder. Prosecutors in Florida plan to seek the death penalty in a murder case against a plastic surgeon accused of the heinous killing of a lawyer, despite the fact that the victim's body hasn't been found. So they don't even know if this man even killed them for real though, and they doing this, bro. That is weird. Dr. Thomas Roman Kosowski, I don't even know how you say his man's name. Killed Stephen Cozy, an attorney who had been representing defendants in a case brought by Kowalski on March 21st at his Largo, Florida law office. Prosecutors allege Cozy was seen entering the building and then disappeared, police say. Pinellas State Attorney Bruce Bartlett filed the notice of intent to seek the death penalty on Friday, according to Fox 13. Kowalski was arrested and charged with first-degree murder in late March. Surveillance footage shows a man police believe to be Kowalski pull up in a gray Toyota Tundra at about 8:32 a.m. that day and enter the building wearing gloves, carrying a large box, and wearing a large backpack, according to probable cause affidavit. Cozy walked into his office minutes later while Kowalski was allegedly lying in wait. At 10:22 a.m., the man believed to be Kowalski exited the building wearing a new outfit and pulling behind him a large cart that appears to be heavy and have a red bag or blanket, the document alleges. Cozy was never seen leaving the building, and his wallet, keys, and cell phone remain on his desk. A co-worker who went to look for Cozy noted blood smeared on the bathroom door as well as blood on the stall wall and bottom of the toilet, the affidavit says. Kowalski also passed a traffic camera while driving home from the office that caught a picture of a red bag of or blanket in a car that appeared to contain what resembles a human body located in the bed of the truck, according to police. A search of his truck allegedly uncovered a ballistic vest covered in blood and a bag containing masks, a sun gun, brass knuckles, duct tape, and intravenous sedatives, including a paralyzing agent and a syringe, police says. And so it says basically this man, they don't even have his body though, but I guess they got evidence that, he killed them, which is crazy because it doesn't sound like a lot of evidence though. So I'm not gonna go into that, but it really don't. Nikki, what's going on? Welcome to the room. But yeah, no, it definitely doesn't sound like they had a lot of evidence on that situation at all. But what I will say is that is a sad situation though. They trying to get my man's a death penalty for whatever, and I wonder why he even tried to kill him in the beginning. But Monty, you want to say something, or Brother Now, you want to say something to that story?
I don't hear anything about him killing anybody.
Yeah, like all he did is go into the building and with some stuff and leave out wearing something different. It sounds like he killed him though. It does sound like he did, but it's a lot to it. But
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but
insane.
no, it's not. So it's another story at the top. I'm gonna go into this one really quick though, because this one is the actual. I changed the title of the room to this concept, but it says Texas woman Sarah Hartsfield accused of killing fifth husband with insulin. Here you go. Here the headline. Let's go give a preview. I think.
If you are type 2 and take metformin, well, check your feet and legs for these two things.
Well, it's not nothing but like okay, here we go. I'm gonna just read it. It says a former soldier who's been married 5 times is accused of using insulin to allegedly kill her diabetic husband, prosecutor said. Sarah Hartsfield, a 48-year-old retired Army surgeon living in Chambers County, Texas, was charged with murder after she allegedly poisoned Joseph Hartsfield with high levels of insulin and waited for 4 to 6 hours before calling 911. ABC 13 in Houston reported. Joseph's obituary says he died in a hospital due to complications of a ischemic stroke with his loving wife at his side. Army Captain Alphonse Markovic, who's Hartsfield's supervisor in the military, told KPRC2 in an interview this week that it was more of a surprise that she got caught. Wow, what? It was a little bit of a surprise, but a second thought, it was like, oh my gosh, she finally got busted. Wow. The surprise was that she got caught. Hartsfield has been behind bars in a Texas jail since her arrest in February. She pled not guilty to murder and being held on a $4.5 million bond. Damn. That's a wrap. It says, meanwhile, investigators in Minnesota are my bad, hold on, it's scrolled up. Investigators in Minnesota are re-examining 2 cases tied to Hartsfield from 2018. It says, one was the May 2018 fatal shooting of her then fiance, David Bragg. So he didn't even make it to be her husband. So she has 6 husbands almost, which prosecutors initially ruled a justifiable self-defense shooting. Wow. The other involves the January 2018 death of Rebecca Kunz, who was married to Sarah's 4th husband, in an unexplained fire that burnt down their home a few months after Kunz died. Todd County, Minnesota Sheriff Michael Allen told NBC's Dateline that the cases were reopened in a light of new information, but no new charges have been filed. George told, my bad, here we go, this is the last part. George told Dateline that Kunze died of a heart valve problem that he had nothing to do with her death. NBC News reported. The accusations against Hartsfield, along with her previous husband's claims, paint her as Black Widow, although she has maintained her innocence. Titus Cornelschild, who was Sarah's first husband before their divorce in 1996, said, "I'm very surprised I got out of that marriage alive," according to NBC. What is going on, bro?
Oh my God.
They hey, look, it's a wrap for her. She going to jail. Like, this is good. They ain't talking about the death penalty with her though, but she killed. Wow, I'm crying. She sounded like she was going through it though. I ain't gonna lie. Jesus said, "You right. You have 5 husbands, and the husband you got." I'm crying. But what I will say though is that this is a really deep story. Anybody want to tap into this or add anything? Brother Awalam, if you want to tap in, feel free, brother. This is a morning show. This will be on Spotify as a podcast. So if you don't want yourself to be recorded, you don't have to come off the mic. But if you have anything you want to add to this conversation, that would be dope. Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, so I brung this story up though because it's crazy. So what do y'all Monty Love? Let me ask you something. Do you think she did it?
Shoot. I don't know enough of the story to say that she did or she didn't, but I do know that there are people out there that take care of other people that just are careless with their medications and stuff like that. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I say I say she did it. I say she did it, but at the same time, like it just sounds like she just got a bad track record in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the people that she got her first husband, he said, yeah, I'm surprised I made it out of that relationship alive. Like that was deep to me. I think that was like a really deep concept. He was gonna keep throwing shots like mud. But yeah, I just feel like we live in a generation right now where it's like, for one, people think everybody else is the problem with them. So I just look at it like, what do you think? And I don't want to go too hard on this part though, but like, do you think that women are the leading cause in divorce, or do you think men are? Like, who do you think is the leading cause of like bad marriages?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe women.
Maybe women because we're very I don't know, maybe women.
Well, I will say that men are the issue because they should be better leaders. I will say that. But what I've learned is that no matter how like great a man is at leading, if he's outnumbered, you feel me, it's really nothing he can't do if like the woman that he's trying to deal with is like comfortable being wrong or comfortable like with the majority, because like I think women are comfortable with being in a fantasy, like living in delusion a little bit. Like as long as they can pretend that everything's a certain way, they don't care what else is happening in the world. Like the whole world could be crumbling and everything, but as long as a woman's mind is occupied with something that's gonna make her feel like good or whatever, she's not really worried about everything that's crumbling or whatever the case may be. What do you
I
think?
think if I think if a man leads the right way, the woman won't get that comfortable like that. But if a man leads like in a sloppy way, then the woman will get comfortable in that way.
Well, I think if let me say this too. Well, if a person is comfortable being a certain way before you meet them, and then you meet them, and then they like you so much that they're willing to change the things that they're used to doing, but when they find out that like changing the stuff that they're used to doing is going to also affect not just their relationship with you, but it's going to affect their relationship with other people outside of just you that they had relationships with before, and that could include their family, their mother, their sisters, cousins, or whatever. um and sometimes that can be an issue because the woman might be like, well, I'm comfortable being this way because everybody I know is this way. Or you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to explain it no better than that. Like if a woman doesn't see nothing wrong with her ways, like I feel like she doesn't feel like she has to change, even if she feel like there is another way to do something. If she feel like her way is good enough, she won't feel no need to really change it. If she see other people doing it as well, you know what I'm saying? So I've seen that many times in different situations. So that's why I'm saying that. Am I wrong, or is it something like?
No,
No.
no, I think that is something that does happen. But like in my scenario, there's been a lot of times where I have been wrong. A lot of times that I've been wrong. And so now coming back into like a relationship with a mind change of the way I need to do things according to the relationship that I'm in, it doesn't matter about my family or my friends, my kids and stuff like that, because I will be, you know, showing them how I am changing. And it's all going to be for the good. It's not like I'm changing for the bad. I think it's upon the person who wants that change and how bad they want that relationship to work, and if they can see the good in the change. If they can't see it, then it's a done deal. But they have to at least acknowledge that.
You're right. You're right. That's absolutely true.
Hey Don, how you doing today?
Hello, good morning. I'm sorry I didn't address the room. Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good morning. We good. We are talking about this case at the top. A woman who kills her fifth husband um with insulin, and there's reports that she also killed her fourth husband, which is the husband right before this husband. She killed her fourth husband's like ex-wife or ex-woman or ex-girlfriend or something like that. And she also
Mhm.
supposedly killed someone.
I think I know
Said it
her.
again.
Just a second. Let me look at real quick. Sarah Hertzfield. I looked into this before. One second. You please go ahead. Don't let me hold you up. I'm gonna look into it again. Um, this is. Let me just say, I'm happily married. My husband is like, he's a no bullshit kind of dude, right? If I even try to come at him with some shit, right? He'll be like grabbing my hand. I got a broken hand from him before because I tried some shit like I wasn't supposed to do. I was wrong, right? Excuse me. And but look, oh my god, these people. Look, before my husband, I met my husband in 2007, okay? And I met him naturally. We were on the road, right? I won't go into that. I'll tell you briefly. It was 2007. We were married in 2012, right? So we've been together since then. Before that, I was with my ex since I was 16 years old, right? And we separated a year before my husband and I got together, right? So I was single for just a year, right? That makes sense, right? And I don't know, excuse me. I had mouth surgery, so it's really messed up. But I don't know. These people think, everyone thinks that they have the right to put hands on other people. No, keep your hands to your goddamn selves, right? Because I will tell you firsthand, I spent just over 20 years with my ex. And what broke us up is the most fucked up situation. I swear to God, I was going to be a murder victim. My ex was going to murder me, and I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I was drugged by my hair. I was pulled inside. I was told I was going to be killed. They were going for a butcher knife in our kitchen. Um, it was the end. I knew. I absolutely knew. I was told. And that had never, ever, ever happened before. Not a hand was laid on me. I was spoiled. And so I had to fight back. I wasn't used to that, right? So what I'm trying to say is that there is a split second when we make our decisions, and that decision is to go forward with that malicious intent. And I've been in that position a couple times. I'm not proud to say that. And when you say, I'm going to go forward with this, and I know what's going to happen, or I can say no, and I'm going to just drop it and just suffer through it and let's go, right? And people don't take the moment to say, no, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop it. They continue through. And that is so concerning to me, because what I see is a disconcern for human life.
Well, no, I hear what you're saying though, sister.
Go ahead. Hmm.
You know, it is unfortunate that you was in that type of situation. There's a lot of you know, different type of energies that work in the world, and like domestic violence is one of those things that's not talked about enough, and it goes in a way where a lot of the people who experience the domestic violence, they don't get the type of help that they need even after they get out of the situation, because they get to a point where they're traumatized a little bit too, and they think that the situation they were in was like some type of, you know, random situation that, you know, like could happen to them again at any moment, and that's really not the case. And it's like they have to realize why they got into that situation in the first place, and they have to recognize how not to get into that type of situation again, or they can find themselves in that type of situation. But a lot of times they are like neglected the understanding behind what's going on and what just happened with them, and they, you know, they victimize themselves and they become victims, and then they start missing out on the strength that they have to actually not only get out of the situation, but also make sure that they don't get themselves back in a situation like that, and they become more aware of the type of person that they allow themselves to connect to or to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So it's a growth process that's involved in these things too. So just wanted to throw that in there.
That's right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Monty Love, you want to say anything? You want to add anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna play another song. I like to get the energy flowing, and then I'm gonna bring up another story right after the song, and then we can go from there.
Thank you.
Love, everybody. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. I've been trying not to go off the deep end. Give me a reason. I've been trying not to stay on point. I've been trying to save my voice, but y'all gave me no choice. The world gone mad, can't ignore this choice. Look at these people found dead in the streets. I got some partners that hate the police. Me, I'm just trying to hold on to my peace, cause I'm liable to lose it and go get the peace. I need a reason, I need a season. Pleading with Jesus, all this grieving. They be like, if you run what you believe in. I do not trip, I keep it cheap. What in the H, you say in the I. Ain't no JK when I'm talking to God. Don't need a reason to open my eyes. If I'm still breathing, I'm running for mine, man. I've been doing better than I was before. I walk with the lip, cause I've been wrestling with the Holy Ghost. Deep in dirty spit, but still somehow I keep on floating. Thought I lost my grip, but God reminded me He's holy. Give me a reason. I've been trying not to go off the deep end. Give me a reason. I've been trying. Yeah, I might go crazy. I might go MJ back in the 80s, back in the 90s. I might go off, but they better not try me. It might get dicey. I ain't trying to go back to the old me. I'm trying to hang on like my mom
never told me. Sometimes legs get weak and your arms give out and you sink to the bottom slowly. A grown man wishing that somebody hold me. Never knew my daddy, so nobody showed me. Taught me how to walk through the storm when your heart feel heavy and it's hard and you feel lonely. But low key, high priest got the keys to the kingdom. High key, low enough to bring him, and I need all of what he bringing. I might go off the deep end, I just need another reason. Yeah, I've been doing better than I was before. I walk with the limp, cause I've been wrestling with the Holy Ghost. Deep into the spit, but still somehow I keep on floating. Thought I lost my grip, but God reminded me he's holy. Give me a reason. I've been trying not to go off the deep end. Give me a reason. I've been trying not to.
Okay.
Never would have made it. I can say.
Never would have made it without you.
Oh, I love that. Can you send that to me?
You know, I can play it real quick. Really,
Thank
you know what I'm saying? Let me play that real quick. Look, y'all about to get the mood going. We'll play this song real quick before we get into this title at the top of the room. Click the link. Cat, welcome to the room, brother. We tapped in. Here we go.
You never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say, never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back over all you brought me through, I can see that you are the one I held on to, and I never would have made it. Oh, I never could have made it.
tapped in again. So so at the top of the room, it is a story about a kid. I'm gonna see if there's a story on it. If not, I'm gonna read it. Let's see.
If you are type 2 and take metformin, well,
Hold on. No, it don't look like it's let me see if this is the story.
if you are type 2 and take metformin, well,
Why does it just do that? I don't know why it's doing it. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
can
just
hear
go
you.
ahead and read. I'm gonna just go ahead and read this because it is what it is. So it says, a California man was recently found guilty of killing 3 teenage boys who played ding dong ditch at his house in 2020. Riverside County resident Anurag Shadara was found guilty of 3 counts of attempted murder and 3 counts of first-degree murder on Friday. The charges stem from a January 19, 2020 incident where a group of teenage boys rang Shadara's bell on a dare. Shadara said that one of the teens flashed his buttocks before running away. Kadara, who drank 12 beers the day of the crash, said he was extremely mad at the prank and claimed he was worried about his family's safety. Kadar followed the boys and rammed their Toyota Prius off the road, which slammed into a tree in the Temiscal Valley. Kadara then, or Chandara or whatever, then fled the scene. The suspects testified that he did not plan to crash into the boy's car, according to the Riverside Press Enterprise. Chidara also said he did not stop after rear-ending the vehicles because he did not think anyone had been injured. Kadara or Chidar admitted that he drove up to 99 miles per hour before the fatal crash. Corona residents Daniel Hawkins and Drake Ruiz passed away due to their injuries, along with Riverside resident Jacob and Vasco. All 3 teenagers who died were 16 years old. The driver, who was 18 years old, survived along with 2 13-year-old passengers. Wow, bro.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God. Man.
He did that on purpose, bro. He did
Yeah.
that out of spite.
He was mad.
This piece of shit. This is my area, right? I live in this area. Um, I'm astonished. I didn't hear of this, so I'm sure my husband did, but because he's a driver all over the place for our businesses, and uh, we own businesses. We import tequila from Mexico and we distribute it throughout Southern California. But I cannot believe this happened, and this is, this is a prime example of when someone cannot let something go, right? Ugh, I cannot. This man is terrible. I'm sorry.
No, it's crazy and sad because all they did was play a game that kids been playing since I don't even remember, bro.
Right.
Like I usually look, we was worse. We was worse though, because I'm talking about. I remember when me and my peoples, when we was in high school, we was running through. It was this one night we was running through the neighborhood, running on top of people's cars and shit. Some of them was jumping on the cars, getting the cars hood in and stuff like that, like being destructive and like running, hitting the doorbell and running off. And then they done threw a rock at our principal house because we knew where our principal stayed. Like we was worse. You know what I'm saying? So, like, nothing happened to us by the grace of God. But like my mans didn't have to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? He took it too far too. He chased them down, and that was so premeditated, bro. He said, "You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to go follow them and find them." And then bro, yeah, that's deep. Goldie, good morning and welcome to the room. Go ahead, Money. My
Yeah, because
bad.
they say after like,
Good afternoon.
go ahead, Goldie.
Morning. Sorry. No, go on. I'll add my little piece after you said what you gotta say, money.
They say, thank you, Goldie. They say after like 30 seconds of, is it 30 seconds? Yeah, 30 seconds of you going through some type of anger, like it usually fizzles down after 30 seconds. So that's just insane. I agree with Capital on that.
Definitely insane.
My anger lasts a little more than 30 seconds. I'll rant a few minutes and then I'll fizzle down. But I'll be honest with you, and I own
Hold it,
businesses
hold it.
across the border as well. But
Hold on, Dawn. My bad. I'm sorry. Hold that thought really
sorry.
quick, Dawn. No, you good. Go ahead, Goldie, tap in with us. I wanted to hear what your feedback is on this topic.
I've got a red bar. Could you hear me?
Yes.
You guys are going in and out for
Yeah.
me, so I'm not sure if you
Yeah,
can hear
you're
me.
good, Goldie.
If I cut out again, just mute me. That's crazy, man. Every day I hear madness. I don't understand. That I'm slightly convinced, right?
Check out this quick message from Dr. Miles Monroe.
Abraham's teaching his family the word of God. If you notice the last line, he says, if he does teach his family, then the promise that I gave will come on him. That's a relationship. That means God is holding up some fathers' blessings because the fathers are not loving their kids enough to teach them the word. When I say love kids, I think people think of loving as buying clothes and providing food for them and giving them a shelter over their heads. You know, that is not love. That is expected. That's your natural and normal duty. Love has very little to do with buying food. Anyone with common sense and a little bit of conscience would buy food. There are fathers who buy food for their kids but don't go see them. There are fathers who pay the rent but don't go visit. There are fathers who buy Christmas gifts but send them with somebody else. Buying these things doesn't mean you love your kid. It means you feel guilty. Love is not buying gifts. Love is you becoming one. The Bible says, for God so loved the world that he became the revelation of that love. We call him Father. And so if a man is really your father, he don't send gifts. He sends himself. That's the true gift of love. That's the essence of love. I think in our day, we see the courts are filled with people making arrangements to send gifts, to send support. That's not love. That's what you call guilt complexes. Responsibility coming on you. Most men don't even want that. They don't even pay what they're supposed to. The court's got to run them down. Why? Because they don't love their children. The duty, the responsibility from God is for us to love the children. And you don't love them by sending them. You love them by sending yourself. I say to you, if you're not a father yet, think twice. If you can't give them yourself, then don't reproduce them. Love your children. Love also means that you correct, that you chastise or chasten, or you reprove, or you rebuke. You know, some children are begging to be corrected, and the fathers ain't got no sense to realize it. There are children who hate their fathers because their father let them do whatever they want. And some fathers think that's cool. Oh, my boy, he's old enough to handle it. And the boy's saying, I need help, Daddy. I don't know the right values in life. I don't have standards to judge by. I'm looking to you to give me some guidelines. And you're telling me, Oh, you old enough. You're mine now. The children are looking to the father to give them some kind of standards to judge their own decisions by.
Thank you for tuning in to this message from Dr. Miles Monroe.
Okay, so now she went out. I'm crying. I wanted to
We
hear
call
that.
that game Knockdown Ginger.
No, Goldie, come back.
Yo,
You went.
hello.
Go back. Go ahead now. You got it.
Good morning, good people. Good morning.
Good morning, Tino. Yeah, from what I heard, because as I said, it was going in and out for a bit, but from what I heard, it sounds like a group of kids playing a game, knocked on the wrong door. That door just ultimately led to their death. And I, there's a saying, right? You don't, you, I can't remember the saying verbatim, but you don't mess with people. I get it. I'm not condoning what this person has done, chasing them down, whatever. But there are actually demonic entities out there waiting to prowl. Any little thing, that's it. They're willing to take souls, snatch lives, be crazy. And we used to call that game Knockdown Ginger in London. And I've played it a couple times. It's fun for the time, but then after a while you kind of feel bad because you could have knocked at an elderly person's door. They could have been rushing down, slip down the stairs, break their neck. You don't really know, but obviously as a child, you're just playing the game, isn't it? Um, and I
Hold
think
on, hold on, hold
it's
on. What
mm,
what was the game y'all was playing? You said knockdown ginger.
knockdown ginger,
Y'all
but I think you guys call it ding ditch ding. What is it? Ding dong ditch.
Ding
What is it?
Ding
dong
dong
ditching.
ditch. Yeah.
oh ding dong ditch. Okay.
Ding dong
I mean
ditching.
I
Yeah.
see I see the thing up top. I see the link. So a kid was playing ding dong ditch and he got killed.
You got the person got in their
Okay, I
car,
got
ran
it.
them down, and killed them, which is
Whoa,
crazy, and
whoa.
it's
You
proper
said
sad
they ran
nowadays.
him down. So
Yeah, man.
after he rang the doorbell and ran, this
Mm.
person came out their house, got in the car and ran him down.
That's what I heard. I don't know. Is that what was said? That's what I heard.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh
That's
no, that's too far.
crazy. That's
Now don't get me wrong.
I'm going out of the tunnel.
We used to play knock 'em out, point 'em out, knock 'em out. Right? We go to the mall, and I hate to sound racist, but it was mainly either a Hispanic person or a white person, and we'll point 'em out and knock 'em out. But
What?
you know, uh,
Oh,
Bro,
that's nice.
that's not
What?
nice.
That's what?
Oh, that.
that's not
No,
nice.
I'm being sarcastic. I'm sorry.
Now, what I'm saying was that was very dangerous. Cause okay, what if the story was we playing point 'em out, knock 'em out, and then the person shot us? How would y'all feel? Like, right? You feel me?
That's
Like we
crazy
shouldn't have
though.
been
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that.
Exactly. That was
Well,
that was ultimately my point as well. Like, and we used to have a game like that. Of course, it used to be called happy slapping. You just go around up to random stranger, just slap the shit out of them, and it was really, really bad, really, really bad. So yeah, we gotta be careful. These days, people have no
right.
mercy,
What we
no
didn't
mercy whatsoever.
understand back then is that, I'm 49 now, right? I and we didn't understand back then because I hung around with my cousins and they were baby kids, right? But and they
Bro.
did bet baby kids, right? But they didn't understand that hitting people in the temples, right,
Oh
was
yeah, yeah, yeah. You could kill
deadly,
somebody. Kill somebody. Yeah.
deadly, right? Luckily nothing like that happened. My cousins didn't do shit like that, but people don't know that. It's shit like that, right? It's stuff like that that goes down, and it's just not fucking cool, man. I don't get down like that.
Well, but like, see what Sino just brung up though was a total different situation. Like Like, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody got shot because y'all picking random people out in the mall and then said we about to find their ass. Like, I'll meet your ass
You
in the
don't
parking
remember that,
lot
bro?
too.
You don't remember
Like,
that, bro? You ain't never play that?
nah, bro, I know what you saying, that people probably did a whole bunch of shit. We had like stuff like BB Butcher where like we use a lock in, and if you say any word with the letter B, then we can file you. You feel me? Like that. Yeah, we had
What
stuff
is
like that
wrong with
going on.
kids, man?
But no, but what I'm saying though is that, like, if you putting your hands on somebody, you're putting you're doing something that person has a right to defend themselves for. You feel me? And so it's different from just ringing somebody's doorbell and saying bye and then running off, and they say
Yeah,
I'm
that's
scared
totally
for my
different.
family's life.
That's totally different.
Yes,
That's why I
exactly.
say he shouldn't have gotten his car to run this kid over. Like what I you know what I would have did? Cause kids play, like, I'm in Chicago, so kids play like D don't ditch. You know what I would have did? I would have let my pit bull loose on their ass. That's what I would have did.
Yep, yep.
Right? See, no.
But they're kids though, man. That's the thing. I hear it. They're trespassing. It's your
Mhm.
God,
property.
it's
They have no right to really be
America
doing that.
is terrible.
But they're still kids though. I will never go live in America the way America's
No,
been portrayed to
my
me,
pit
man. I
bull
can't
don't bite.
stand.
She don't bite, but she is
Oh, so it's
chasing.
just bark.
Yeah, she'll
Oh,
chase
it's
them,
just
but that's
bark.
it.
Lots of bark.
And I tell them, get y'all little bad ass on. That's it. I wouldn't want no harm. But if they harm me that much, you know what I do? I just go talk to their parents. Like, hey, your kid keep playing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Oh,
would not take it that far.
Or you just kind of let it
That's
go.
what
You
I
let it
do.
go.
I'm
Like it's
okay
like
like that.
kids are
But
just
here's
knocking
the
down on
thing.
your door.
There were 3 16-year-olds that died because of this motherfucker, right? Why? This motherfucker, what the, like, what? He needs a
Dawn
goddamn
is
lesson.
outraged.
He
Yeah.
needs a lesson,
Yes.
right? Hmm.
But you know the part is though, like, this is the biggest thing is this though. He said he had 12 beers or something, so he was probably drunk
No,
or
fuck
drinking or
that
what.
bitch.
It's
No,
no excuse.
no.
It's no excuse. What I'm saying is this though, right? This is not a normal thing. Nobody in their right mind will ever be that drastic to like do that. Like, who, bro, you
That's
have
a fact.
about that shit. Like you said, hey, you know what? You rung my doorbell, nobody's there. Oh, I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? That's not a
Right.
now I gotta get out the house. I'm about to go get in my truck and I'm about to go find you and I'm about to
Run
check
you
you out.
down? Like, come on, man.
Now look, now I'm about to tell you, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ram the back of your fucking car. I'm gonna fuck my car up too. Like, this
It
is
sound
terrible.
like
Like,
it
what is
sound
wrong?
like he probably was already going through something before they did that, right?
Some shit, yeah. And
Like,
he took it out on them kids.
yeah. Like, he probably was going through it
Yeah.
right at the moment. You know what I
There
mean?
is
Type
always
thing.
a split. I don't know if anyone else has been in this situation. I don't know. A lot of everyone here doesn't know me. They don't know me, and I look like an ordinary white woman. I am not. You would be surprised. Anyway, we'll move on. Um, there is a split second fucking decision that you have to make a choice. Okay. Um, and what you, in that moment, you either go right and you continue and you know what the hell you're doing, or you go left and you drop everything, right? And that's just the way it is. And every decision you make when
I
you're
think he
faced with
overreacted.
that is like that.
I'm,
Pardon?
I'm gonna say he
I
overreacted
don't think you can deny that he didn't over. Of course, he overreacted, and
because
it is
I'd
it
be
is
mad.
definitely true. Now think about
Hold
it.
on, hold on, hold
Think
on,
about
mom,
it.
hold on, mama, hold on, mama. I'd be mad.
No, you hold
Oh,
on.
my bad, my
Go
bad.
ahead.
No, I was talking.
Go,
I was trying to say he
no,
overreacted.
I know you was talking first, bro, and that's Goldie, bro. You got it. Like, I don't know. You probably new to the room and stuff, though.
Yeah,
But
I'm new. My
go ahead,
bad,
Goldie.
my bad. Go ahead, mom.
Excitement. Nah, it's alright. It's cool. No, do you know what? I've lost it. I've lost it. Go for it. I'll go for it. Thanks,
No, I was
man.
gonna say I'd be more. I'd be more mad if they ring my doorbell and left a bag of shit and I stepped on it. You know, like a shit on fire. You remember that prank they used to do? The shit. That's what I'd be mad at. I wouldn't be mad they just ring the doorbell and left, but they left a flaming shit on my, you know what I'm saying, on my porch. That what I'd be mad at. That's all I was trying to say, Mr. Cody.
Flaming shit.
Yeah,
That
hundred
But
boy,
you
he
know,
percent.
did. In my day,
go ahead,
But
Goldie.
you're gonna be
right
are you gonna be so
when I was a
mad
kid, yeah.
though to an extent, right? You're gonna be so mad to the extent that you're gonna jump in your vehicle, you're gonna say, I'm gonna find these kids, I'm gonna run them down, and I'm gonna kill them, and that's gonna teach them a lesson. You're gonna be that mad to that point, or you just gonna just
No,
clean
because you
your
know I'm
shit and just, you know what I mean, and just take the L for that moment. Kids, go back to your house,
no, you
maybe
know what I
if you
do?
if you're a
I wouldn't run
smoker,
them.
roll up, smoke it, relax yourself, and then just get on with your day. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if
No,
he's
I
had
wouldn't.
obviously he's had alcohol. Obviously he's had alcohol, right? So the spirits are
I
active.
wouldn't run the
Hold
kids
on,
over.
Sino. Hold on, Sino. Hold on. Just hold on a second. You could definitely have it after I go, because I'm gonna go in a tunnel anyways. Obviously he's had alcohol. Let's look at the factors prior to the decision that he decided to make. He was probably having a bad morning anyways, right? He's had alcohol, the spirits are active, he's activated, he's annoyed, he's aggravated, kids are knocking on his door, he opens the door, no one's there, you see the back end of the kids, he's like, yeah, cool. Goes in his car, jumps in his car, finds them, runs them down, goes and kills them, messes up his car, and then what? You're going to prison now. For what? For what? And that's why anger, when you're angry, and the Bible says it, when you're angry, yeah, anger is a natural emotion. You have to be mindful, because that's when your brain, your logical side of your brain, is no longer in activation mode. You're now in your complete feelings, and that is so dangerous. And I think it is so dangerous now, especially from what the stories I've been hearing. There's a kid going to pick up his siblings, and then it was the wrong door and he gets shot down. Like, wow, people are mad. People are actually mad. So we do have to be careful, protect your kids, because you never know what can happen these days.
Yeah, that's a fact. You're right. You never know. You got to protect your kids. Um, but let's be honest. Like we all came up here and we said some shit that we did as kids. We just being kids. Sometimes as kids we don't think, right? And I think as an adult, we the ones that's supposed to not overreact. Like this brother here clearly overreacted. Like it was the other way to handle that. Like I said, he could have sprayed him with water hose or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have got water
Crying.
balloons and filled it
You
with
got
pee
like
and threw it at him.
100 million concepts on what you would have did to these kids. I'm crying, bro. They,
Yeah, I
they
would have
should have went
sprayed
to
him with
y'all.
water hose. I would have told their parents. I would have, you know what I would have did when they came around on Halloween. I would have hit their ass with some water. Like I remember you niggas. Yeah, I got you. Bam, ba da da da. And that would have been it.
You said so. You would have waited all the way to
I would have
Halloween.
waited
And
till
be like,
Halloween. I'm telling you, I would have hold that grudge.
He would have done something.
I'm crying. You know what's so funny?
So letting it go is not even
No,
an
no.
option
You
for
know
you.
what,
Letting it
Goldie? You know what's so funny? Cause like, C-No the one that like the kids they go fuck with him for real. He gonna be that old man that they gonna be fucking with. In his mind he gonna do all the shit he said right now, but he not gonna end up doing none of that. He gonna run
They
outside.
fuck with me now, bro.
What y'all
Bro,
what y'all doing? Get
they
away from
fuck
my
with
house.
me now.
See,
I'm
see no,
I'm the
see
old
no,
man on the porch.
see
I'm the
no.
old man on the porch that the kids
As soon as
come and
you know,
step on my grass. I get mad. You know what I'm saying? Get out my motherfucking grass. That's me.
see no got
So
the
I'm not
phone
gonna
line.
hurt the kids, but I'm gonna talk shit to them. Like you know when they walk past and shit, they listen to their little hippity hop music and shit, and you say cut that shit down. That's me. But I ain't gonna hurt them. You feel me? I guess what? I tell on their ass quick. I'll go tell their mama, go tell their daddy on their ass quick. But I won't hurt them. I love the kids. But kids, come on, let's be honest. These motherfuckers is crazy nowadays. They crazy. I got kids. My son is crazy.
I'm crying.
It's
You know, when my
true.
son
He's
texted me the
right.
other day, I called him, right? I said, "Hey son, bring me this upstairs," right? You know how our mama used to do us. You know when he texted me, he talking about what's up, ho. I said, man, who you calling a hoe?
What?
I told y'all what you do? What you do, Cito?
What could I do? I can't beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
Who?
told
Who?
I,
Is that your son?
that's what I said.
so I threw water on his ass while he was asleep. I said, who you calling a hoe?
Right?
Psh, threw water on his
I'm
ass.
crying.
That's what I did. Now I ain't with the violence. Now I'm not with violence, but I would make your day harder if I could. So I threw water on his ass and made him clean it up. That's what I did. Yeah.
See, I
He
say
lucky.
the most dangerous people though, for real, it'd be like I got an uncle named Don. He remind me of Cino though. But like you got dangerous people though out like that really they really will not they act like they wouldn't do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how like you wouldn't even expect these people to do something. You feel me? But these people had a moments where they just like, you know what, fuck it. Today is the day I'm gonna do this. And like you'll be surprised, like, what the fuck? Like that's who the people that be the killers, the quiet people that you don't even know, but in their mind, they're thinking about killing somebody
Yeah.
or doing
I know
something
what you're saying.
crazy.
I
Yeah.
understand. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cause
so
you
that
seem like a person like me. I I'm open with the way I feel, so I ain't got nothing like that killer instinct. Like my son called me a hoe. I ain't really mad. It was funny to me. I ain't really mad. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
I
crying.
threw water on his ass. I ain't even want to hurt him. You feel me?
He talking about my son called me a hoe, and I ain't. I'm crying. That you was hilarious. You remember that's Kevin Hart's situation. Kevin Hart got them type of stories though.
I
He was
mean,
like,
kids like we gotta look at the kids. Like I can't just go around with my belt. Like it ain't like one thing about I ain't gonna lie. The way my mom done raised me, yeah, they had that belt and it kept me out of certain troubles. But these kids nowadays, we can't be heavy handed like our parents were because we have forced them away. You see what I'm saying? You still gotta let them know when they did wrong, and you still gotta have certain punishment. Like my kids, they addicted to the motherfucking phone, so I take that shit away. All I gotta do, I ain't gotta physically take it out their hand. All I gotta do is call the phone company and say, cut that motherfucker off,
Yep.
and they do it. You feel me?
they got
I
They
ain't
Wi-Fi.
got
got to.
Wi-Fi though. That's what I was thinking. What?
No, I cut that motherfucker off too. I got my
You
Wi-Fi
got
set where they can't get on my shit, especially
to.
at a certain
Okay.
time. It's shutting off. See,
Okay.
technology a motherfucker, baby.
That is hilarious.
So I'm a hoe, huh? All right.
Yeah, I'm a hoe. Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
crying.
He called me a hoe. He talking about
No,
what's up,
I'm
hoe?
not gonna lie. Sino's truthful, but Sino is old school like me. I suppose I may be older than Sino though. Hey, Dora, ven acá. I
I know what
apologize.
that mean. I know what that
I'm
mean.
sorry, guys. I'm sorry. No, my dog's barking at my neighbor. But listen, I want to tell you, um, you were speaking to, the people that wait, that wait. So I want to tell you one
Don,
thing.
can I ask one question really quick, Don?
Sure, go ahead.
What does Blonica, what does that mean? You just said something like that. What does that mean?
Yeah, Benny K. Benny K.
Yeah, what does Benike mean?
Ben,
Benike? Benike, is
Ben
that what?
acá, it means come, like, Ben means come, like, acá, here, come here, like, let's go, like, come here.
Okay, Benike. Okay. Got you.
Then, like, venga, acá, acá, ACA, here,
Got you.
and let's go. Uh,
Hey, you was right
Linda.
about one thing, Miss Don. I am old
Mhm.
school like you. I'm old school, you know. I can't I
Hold
I
on, see,
tried
no,
to
my
be
bad.
like raising my
I
kids.
ain't mean to stop her because she was going somewhere. I was fascinated by what language she was speaking that and what she had said. I was interested in learning
My
something
bad,
new.
my bad.
But go, my bad.
No, that's okay. It was a little bit of slang there. It's okay. No, I don't mind at all. No, so I was just telling you guys because you were speaking to under you were saying there's people that wait. I am that person that waits. So I always this is terrible. However, because if you've ever been abused, like my mother was abused. I don't know. Her ex-husband, not my father, but her ex-husband, he used to find us. We were in women's shelters. We were here and there. He used to find us. He was a son of a bitch. Oh my God. But he used to find us. Oh my God. It was horrible. It was horrible. I was terrified. I was a child. And my mother used to go back and go back and go back, right? And then another man she was married to. Both of my parents have been married 5 times, right? So let me say this. So I have grown up knowing I am not your bitch. I will never be your bitch. If you ever think you're going to lay your fucking hands on me, I will wait until the optimum moment. May it be 10 years down the fucking road, and I'm going to slice your fucking throat. That's what's going to happen.
I'm crying.
No,
Hey,
Wow.
hey,
seriously,
hey,
seriously, because
you know what, Miss
that's how
Don?
I am, right?
But no,
I'm
Don,
so
you
My
know that,
messed
but
up.
but listen though, you right. Listen, like when you do that, right? The headline is gonna say um crazy woman slices husband neck after 20
slug,
after 10,
yeah.
after 12 years of
Right.
marriage. And then we go see the headline. No, hold on. We go see the headline and I'm gonna post it at the top of the link and I'm like, man, what do y'all think about this story? This is crazy. Like
Like
and
Don
nobody
it went crazy. Miss Don it went crazy.
nobody and look, nobody's gonna know the story that you telling. Like your story is that
No, we not.
you know what I'm saying? Your story is
But
that
you're
he was
gonna
abusing
know
you and
because
hurting you.
I just told you.
Well, no, but
And
I'm
then you're
saying,
gonna share it.
but listen to
The
what I'm
headlines
saying.
won't say that, Miss Don.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have to think about the people that actually, like, because the truth of the matter is, most of the people who kill people, they feel justified in their mind. Like even my man's at the top of the room, he's like, I felt afraid for my family's life. Like, bro, if you don't shut your ass up, but even though in his mind he felt justified, but there's always gonna be a justification on doing certain things, but that's premeditated. You waited 12 years. Nobody can defend
Damn,
you,
you're
Don.
right.
Yeah, that's premeditated
You're
right
right.
there.
Here's
Don
the
different.
thing. Here's the thing. And you know, I'm full of shit because I don't feel like that about my husband. He can slap me right now and I wouldn't feel like that about him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But
We
that's,
don't
it's,
advocate
Yeah,
here,
domestic
like you're
violence.
hold on.
We don't do
unbalanced.
that.
Hold on.
You just went.
It's a threat and I want him to think that,
No, he
right?
better not smack you. We
That,
not advocating that. No.
but
Right.
no, like you went from hard work.
What's going
No,
on?
she just
I
came back and she
just
said,
want him to think that, Moni. Okay.
"Is
Hey,
it
we went from
no,
D
I
on
just
this to
admitted
domestic
that
violence.
after
Stop it
no?"
now,
years,
Miss
honey.
Dunn.
Cause
Stop it.
no, she went from one extreme.
I
She
just
said,
admitted
I'm
that
gonna
after
slice his throat.
years. My God. Oh my God.
I
Oh
can't lie. You
shit.
matured folks are funny. You're
My
so
God, it's been
funny.
years. I've never admitted that, but you know what? That's true because that would have to be premeditated. I don't feel like that about him. I would let it go, but you know what? I would, God damn it, I would, oof, ooh, I would get back somehow.
Do you know
Hey,
this?
hey,
Like I
Do you
would
know
give
what
his
that
mother
saying
some
is?
X-Lax in her
There's a
cookies or
saying,
something.
right? That says, "After God, fear woman," because she will be laying next to her husband for 12 years. He's thinking everything's
and
cool,
slice her
not
throat.
knowing. She's thinking of slicing his throat every night. What the heck? Oh my
You right,
goodness.
Goldie. You right.
Every day. Goldie, every day.
Hey, you know what, Miss Don? I ain't grow up like that. Like, my father and my mother, they was married. My mother was the abuser. She hit my daddy upside the head with that iron skillet. Man, my daddy still got bumps on the back of his
Oh,
motherfucking head to this day.
oh my
And he
God.
cheated. He cheated on my mama. Man, she said, bitch, bat that out. And my daddy was just running, holding his motherfucking head. He ran up out the house. You feel me?
You're
But
talking
he
about
ain't
the
never
cast
put his
iron
hands on my mama.
skillet. I know.
She beat his ass. Yeah, my mama beat his ass all the time. To this day, he still talk about something. That's why I left that crazy ass woman. She beat his ass all the time. All the time.
He said that's why I left that crazy ass woman. I'm crying.
Yeah.
Y'all, hey, I'm gonna say this though, like to be honest with you, domestic violence is always two-sided. Um, like, cause I ain't gonna hold you up. Like, my voice is louder than most people's voice, so I don't yell. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's like a form of abuse if I yell. You know what I'm saying? Or I raise my voice. But like, I'm talking about my baby mama, the mother of my children. She done tried to really hurt my heart and feelings in so many ways, and I felt like it's abusive, like really for real. I done dealt with that shit. Like it'd be times where everything could be going good, and like
Emotional abuse. That's emotional abuse.
yeah, like and something she don't like don't go how she wanted to go, and she want me to feel bad, so she'll say some shit to try to hurt my feelings or make me feel some type of way. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, a lot of it I can just brush off, but she knows so much about me that she can like take something that she know and hit me a certain way and be like you know what I'm saying. That is that too, you know what I'm saying. So when I raise my voice and I get loud, like you got me fucked up. Leave me alone, stay away from me, get the fuck out of my face or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm the bad person and I'm the abuser or the verbally abusive person. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that is also a thing, like, you know what I'm saying, that exists. Like people don't see where they're wrong at or what they do to another person. And I think that is a root cause of domestic violence on many sides, you know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all seen that one TikTok video with the girl and the guy who was singing that song, and he was smoking or whatever, and the girl came and was smacking him hard, like, you know what I'm saying, hitting him.
No, I ain't see that. What?
Yo, bro, you seen that video with
No,
the
I
kind
did.
of chubby the kind of chubby girl, black girl with the bonnet on her head, and she was smacking the old boy who was skinny, skinny black guy with he had the black mouth, and he was singing, and like she kept hitting him, and then like it was crazy. He ended up getting like famous off that too. Like he appeared on like a lot of shows and stuff. Like it was weird, but like she was abusing the mess out this man. She was beating his ass. Like it was crazy too. Cause I'm talking about the way that she hit him on the camera. Like everybody was like, ooh, like everybody. I know everybody felt the hit though,
I
bro.
had that man eye jumping, man. That was crazy.
Facts. He started blinking fast in the mud. But yes, so
Put it up the
you
top. I ain't seen that. Put it up the top. I ain't seen that. I'm
I'm gonna try
lost.
to find it and I'm gonna put it up there. I'm gonna try to do it. But like but just to like wrap up what I'm saying, like situations like that man knew that he was being petty. He was recording for a reason too, because he knew that he was doing certain things that would make her mad or trigger her. And like, even though like, because we can talk about it more when it's on the woman doing the abusing. We can do that because it's a little bit more, you know, it's not as delicate and sensitive. Man can gotta be tough. So like the sister was really beating his ass because like he was like, because, and it's sad that I'm really saying this, but I'm anyway. She was beating his ass because he was basically trying to provoke her. He knew what would bother her. He knew what would irritate her. He probably was doing his own things that nobody can see off the camera, but he wanted to like make her be known for her bad things or the things that she was doing. And this right here is called provoking. You're provoking someone. Now you're making, you know what I'm saying? Now she should just leave your ass alone and not be with you at all. But she obviously didn't want to leave you, and she obviously like, this is my child's father and I love you, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Stop being a bitch ass nigga. Like that's in her mind probably what she was thinking. And she started hitting this man in his face because she seen how petty he was being. So from that point of view, I feel like she wasn't wrong, but I feel like she was wrong for hitting him for sure. But as far as like, I feel like he was the one that was initially the problem, and she should have left this man without putting his hands on him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, on him. You know what I'm saying? But we can't have these conversations on the opposite end, because if a man put his hands on a woman, it's no excuse about it at all. It's still no excuse for her at all. But there's a reason why she beat his ass, is what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. May I add to that? Yes, it makes sense. And my husband is a lot bigger than I am. He's a big man. He's not fat, but he's 6'1". He's not fat, and he's a big guy. He used to be an MMA fighter professionally. And I'm a small woman. I'm small boned, right? And so he does that shit to me. And I tell him, if I was a man, I would kick your fucking ass, like straight out. I will fuck you up, because he provokes me in that way, right? And I wish to God I could just, ooh, right? Like, oh my God. But I can't, because I'm not physically capable, and I want to, right? But I know I'll break a bone, because I already have broken my hand physically hitting him. And I've learned my lesson, right? So
Are you abusive?
I'm
Sis-
not abusive. It's him who needs to shut his goddamn dumb mouth. Like, stop it already. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, leave me alone, man. I'm a
I'm
good
sorry.
wife.
I
I'm a
had to
good
laugh at that.
wife,
I'm sorry.
man. I'm a trad wife. I cook, I clean, I do all this shit for you. Like, leave me alone, man. Like, you're being
I'm
dumb,
crying. This is
Miss Don,
For real. I'm
Miss
not
Don, why
joking.
he got to shut his dumb mouth? Like what? Like what?
Sh- Because he's really being dumb. Like, he's really being
give
ridiculous.
us a scenario of his dumbness.
Some ridiculous shit. Like, oh, like he'll say some shit like, oh, my check was $4,000 for the week. How much do you need? Motherfucker, don't
I'm
ask me how much do
crying.
I need.
I'm
Take
crying.
what
Hey.
you need. Okay, take what you need and then give me the rest. That's
I'm
it.
crying.
Hold on. Now I feel
Don't
sorry for
play
this
with
man. Hold
me.
on. That's not a dumb statement. He just let you know his finances.
No,
Like
because we don't got it like that. I came from money. I raised him up. That's it. And take what you need for the week, and you have to give me the rest for the bills, all that. So, and the rest I can save. He already knows the drill. And he's trying to play like a dumb motherfucker. Like, what? Uh-uh. No. Mm-mm. Like, what? Uh-uh. No. No. So that was right then and there. I was like, what? No. That didn't anger me so much as it just frustrated me. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So
But
before I like really come in though, dog,
go
like
ahead.
are you being 100% serious right now, or is there
Yes.
there's no troll in you at all right now? There's just all this is
No, he says that dumb stuff. Yes, I'm being serious.
okay. So let me say this: number one, if this man
Hmm.
um 4 bands a week, okay, that's that I would have to sell like about 25 books within that a day within that week
that's a
to
lot of money. That's
yeah,
a
no,
lot of
that's a
Hmm.
money.
lot. That's a lot of money. And so,
Right.
if he's making that much money a week, right, and
Hmm.
he's asking you how much money do you need,
Hmm.
why couldn't your response be something more like, well, I have to do this, babe. I have to do this right here, and that's gonna
Hmm.
come to about like this much money. Why couldn't your response be that?
I agree with you, and let me answer that for you. Because I already had told him um what our plans are. We had already not I had told him, but we had agreed to what our plans were moving forward, right? So he knows what our plans are moving forward. And he knows he's not just going to take his check and pocket that shit, because I have my own generational wealth. I have my own money. But you're not going to sit up in my house, right? And be fucking it up like that. And then ask me, how much do you need? No, bitch. No.
Miss Don, wouldn't that be considered y'all house?
No. It's mine.
Uh,
It's mine from my father in my will and all that, right? Truthfully, I'm not playing.
well, we don't want to bash this man. I don't want to bash him because he
No,
seemed like a
because he
nice
is a
guy to
good
me. He
person.
seemed like a
He's
nice
a
guy.
good person.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
seemed.
very nice person. Very good person. Really, or I would not have married him.
I, I,
Really
I
good
ain't I ain't
person.
gonna lie to you. He seemed more nicer than you. You seem like you a
Oh,
crazy woman.
right? He probably is. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
no,
He
like, but
probably
that's what
is,
we
yeah.
talking about domestic violence. Like he's in a domestic abuse situation.
Situation, right?
Not really, because when we first got together, I was very naive and I put up with a lot, to be honest with you. So I've kind of grown up a little bit. So yeah, but I had wealth, and I'm just done with the dish now, and I'm not gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? So hey, let's get on with it. We're gonna do what we're gonna do, and don't jack me around now, right? You don't need all that. We're going to invest. We're going to do this. We have plans, right? We already spoke about it. Don't act like you don't know what we done talked about, right? I'm like, what?
Ms. Dawn, I'm gonna have to say it. I hate to say it.
So
You are toxic. I don't know what's going on,
I'm
but you
not
are
toxic,
toxic.
sir. We had discussions, him and I. How is that toxic? We had a plan, all this, and then he's gonna come up with that.
But
Like
the
what?
thing is, Dawn, the thing is, if you were in a relationship with somebody else, that person might be beating your ass. That's the concept. So it's
That's a
like you just
fact.
happen to
Yeah,
be
that's
with
a
the
fact.
right person. Like you're with the right person, and you're taking advantage of being with the right person. Because if you was with the wrong person, then that person will be just like you, and then you wouldn't be able to hit that person because that person would be busy hitting you. You know what I'm saying? So that's like you should be like,
Well,
let me
he
hit
knows
this
that's not
person.
possible. I'm protected.
He
He
kn-
can't do that.
no. He knows that because he sounds like a good man. But
He's
the
a good
fact that
man.
he sounds
No,
like a
he
good man and you're
knows he
not,
can't do that
he can't.
because
He
of
knows
my
he can't do
family.
what. No, he knows that it's no reason that he should ever put his hands
He
on you.
knows that he can't because my family, and that's it.
So you think that truthfully that the only reason why this man does not put his hands on you and abuse you is because your family might do something?
That's correct.
I'm crying. Okay, all right now.
That is not true, Ms. Don. Because them abusive ass people, man, they don't give a fuck about your family. They abuse your family too. We know this. It's a fact. He don't.
No, that's a big fact.
That is true.
If
That is true.
Is
if he wasn't a good man, cause this why I'm this why I he sound like my father to me. Like I told you earlier, my mama beat the shit out of my father, and my father the reason why I don't put my hands on women to this day because I saw what he went through, and it was unacceptable. He says unacceptable. I said, Daddy, she just hit you with a skillet. And he said, Man, she crazy. We got to get the fuck away from her. That's all he said. That's it. Now my daddy, every bit 6'4", 300 something pounds. He a big man. My mama like 5'4", and you know what I'm saying. He could have really destroyed her, but he showed me what restraint is. Like No, I can hurt her. You feel me? He did wrong. Like I said, my daddy
Sorry.
cheated.
Yeah.
You know, my daddy a handsome man. Pause. He cheated, and my mama hit him upside the motherfucking head. He good though. You feel what I'm saying? He good.
That'll cause a woman to go nuts, by the way. Yeah. And I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's horrible. I'm sorry.
Well, my thing is just that, like, if you take advantage of a good person, you know what I'm saying, it ends up coming back on you. You got to be appreciate what you got while you got it, because don't nobody care about, like, because what it sounds like is that you think he a bitch. That's what it sounds like. You think that the only reason
No.
why he no,
No.
that's what no, I'm not saying that that's what you think. What I'm saying is that's what it sounds like, because what it sounds like is that he couldn't beat none of your brother's ass, or he wouldn't like, you know what I'm saying, pop one of their ass for running up the wrong way or something like that. Like, not saying that he should, just saying that you are saying like he wouldn't be able to handle himself if it came down to him dealing with, like, not just your brothers but other people's families and
Yeah, you
things like
definitely
that.
said your family. You said he ain't gonna touch you because of your family.
That's right. But that's
That means he can't protect you anyway. Like, that's just what that is. That you don't believe he can protect you in general. Like, that's just what that means. Cause like your family ain't the only family. You feel me? And it's like,
no, my family is not the only family. However, my family protects me and that's it. And that's their
but
job,
that's not saying that
right?
that's the reason why that man's not putting his hands on you. He could literally not be putting his hands on you because like he understands respect in women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
he know that he'd beat somebody ass if somebody put their hands on his
put their
sister,
hands
or you know what I'm
on his
saying.
sister or his mama,
Oh,
or you know what I'm saying.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, he's a fucking
But
MMA fighter. What are we
Well, yeah,
talking
then your
about,
brothers
right?
go get their ass beat
Heavyweight.
anyway, so he
Yeah.
ain't worried about them.
hey,
Yeah.
see, understand? She ain't fucking with no nigga like us. You feel what I'm saying? Because we'll tell her, man, fuck your family. You feel me?
I'm
We'll
crying.
tell her.
No cap, no real talk. But like, I'm not gonna
Well,
put my hands on you anyway. But it's just the simple fact that I'm damn sure ain't worried about your brothers or nobody, shit like that. But I
hmm,
get what you're saying though, Dawn. Like, I hear what you're saying.
it's
But
a little deeper than that, though, guys. I mean, respectfully, it is. It's a little bit
Hey,
deeper.
bring my homie up.
Yeah,
Understand? Bring him up. That's my homie. Bring him up.
I think I hear too. Like, see, like what I'm hearing is he fight and her family don't.
yeah,
That's
I'm just
Right.
hearing what I'm hearing mostly.
No,
More than
that's not the
anything.
point. My family is organized and he is not. That's the point, right?
Do beating his ass make you feel stronger? Like, cause I think
No, being
that could have
being
something to do.
organized is my only savior,
Mm.
right?
I feel bad for this man now, Don. The
Oh
more you
my
talk,
goodness,
I
hold on.
feel
Sweetheart, come here.
bad for this man.
I'm
Come on.
crying.
Come
Where's
here, my
he at?
love.
Could you
I would
talk to him,
love to
please?
talk to this man.
Oh, come here.
Ask him, is he
Baby,
okay? Is he okay? Understand? Ask him, is he okay?
he's okay. Stay hello, sweetheart. Stay hello.
like
Put
shit.
a one in the
Hello.
chat. Put a one in
Hold
the
on,
chat, sir, if you need some help.
hold on. Let me. Hey, what's going on, brother? You there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Hey, man, are you all right over there?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just taking care of my truck and my dogs here.
Okay, okay. Are you safe?
Safe? Hell
Yeah.
no. Never. My wife kills me,
Cause
tortures me.
you living with a
No, hold
terrorist, sir.
on.
You
Wait,
are
wait.
living with a
She
terrorist,
has
sir.
Wait. No,
me in
stop.
the.
See, no, stop. He trying to cry out for help. Hold on. You said what? What you said,
She
brother?
gives me stuff.
She has me in the torture room every day.
Oh man, this.
Oh my god, I
Where's
can't
your
believe it.
location, man? Send the SOS, man. Listen, we coming for you,
He
Yeah,
brother.
we
said I
yeah,
have
we
him
gotta
in
come
the
get him,
torture room
understand?
every day. My god.
I'm crying. Hey,
Oh my god,
but
that's so funny.
no, you should treat that man better. Like, I'm just
No.
saying. So
Honey, can you get me? Um,
He a great guy. He a great guy. I could
get
tell.
me a
I
Motrin,
could tell.
please. Get me a Motrin for my back. They're on the
Look, he
counter, my
getting
love.
a Motrin for your back.
And
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes, he's my love. Yes.
He
What's
a
on your
great guy.
mind? E, go ahead.
no, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm a
He's
gambler.
a good man.
I was just curious about him being an MMA fighter, and can I bet on him?
What, sir? What?
He trying to get his money up.
No, you said he's an MMA fighter. I was just wondering if I could put my money on to place a bet on him.
Guys are
Oh,
bad.
yeah,
Hell
you
no, he
could,
gonna
but he
lose that
doesn't
fight.
fight
She
anymore.
gonna whoop
He
his
just
ass. We
started.
already here.
Truth be told, we've been wrestling. Well, he's been teaching me how to wrestle and stuff like that. That's how I broke my hand and stuff. He pissed me off, but I cannot win against him. No, no chance in hell. He's too much. Yeah, it's too much. Oh God,
I'm
he's
crying. But we in
undefeated.
here. But let me.
Actually, he is truthfully undefeated. That's for
So let's
sure.
do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
It,
Let's do this. Let's play a song really quick, and then get back into the conversation. It's
Sounds good.
let's play a song.
Some things work. Some things just work, I guess.
Um, here we go.
You must understand the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. That it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl, opposites attract. It's physical, only logical. You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do? Got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do? Got to do with it. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? It may seem to you that I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, I read it someplace. I've got cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a phrase that fits. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Oh, what's love got to do? It's got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do? Got to do with it. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken?
Such a good song.
God bless Tina
God
Turner.
bless Tina Turner. She beat Ike ass in that car. Yeah, I don't remember that though. But welcome back to the room. This is the Mom A Morning Show. This show has been going on since 9 a.m. We have talked about a few topics. The first topic was the concept of the dude who was at the what you would call he was on a date with his wife and he paid a parking attendant $40 for their parking and found out the dude was scamming and went back outside, got his gun out the car, shot the dude, and went back on his date. And now he's up for attempted murder. This is terrible. So it's like this is what's going on in the world. Also, a man killed these boys for just doing the ding dong ditch, you know what I'm saying, going to ring the doorbell and then running off, you know what I'm saying? He gets in his car and chases them down and rams them off the road, and they go into a tree and die. Three 16-year-old boys die. It was 5 people in the car altogether, 2 of them injured and 3 of them dead. Terrible. So that's what we talking about this morning, and we trying to figure out, how to. We actually were just talking about domestic violence and different concepts of that too. So we've been just flowing in the conversation. We love to hear from some new voices. So Sister A, Alasia, Brother Daryl, if y'all want to tap in, you know what I'm saying? I love it. What's going on? What's on y'all mind? Alasia, what's on your mind, sister?
Hi, I'm just listening, and those stories sound kind of like tragic. Well, they are tragic. And so for the second story, somebody hit the teenagers while they was driving and drove them off the road.
Yeah, so the dude, so basically they went and rung on his doorbell and ran off. And he said because he feared for his family's life, he got in his truck and then chased them down and ran them off the road and rammed them. And he said that he was going over 90 miles per hour or 99 miles per hour. So he was going over 100 miles per hour, trying to, chase them down and ran them off the road and ended up killing them. And he was drunk, supposedly. He had like 12 beers or some shit, he said. So yeah, that's the story.
And were they like different races, or were they the same like races?
You know what? They did not specify, but I'm assuming that they was all white. I'm assuming, maybe.
Okay, because I thought it was like a another one of those like white and black things where they were white and then the children were black or something like that.
Yeah, I think if that was the case, it'd be a little bit more detailed. I think they would detail that more too. I think so. Maybe I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I think they would detail that. But yeah. But
Yeah,
that's
I think you made a good point there. I think the news would push that narrative more, right? But they didn't push this so much, right? Because it wasn't um um it wasn't oh sorry, my back hurts. It wasn't that um setting. It wasn't black children against the white predator. It was an air it was Indian man, correct?
Yeah, he actually was. I'm looking at the picture. Yeah, I think he was like an Indian guy. But yeah, so I don't know what color the boys was though. So that, I don't know for sure. But I will say like the whole situation just in itself, and that's where we was really at first, was like they was just playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like it's deep. Because we were just talking about, because I think it was Sino, he said like they used to go to like the mall or something and pick out people and start firing on random people. Like that right there is something that it calls for somebody to get shot and killed. You feel me? Like I can see that happening. But like just ringing somebody's doorbell and running off, bro, like that's not equivalent, bro. Like yeah, he took that too far.
I'll be clear, it doesn't matter to me. I am horrified by what he did to the boys, and it doesn't matter what race they are. I think it's terrible, and so I'm very sorry about what he did.
Facts. Anybody else want to tap in on this? A, you want to add your thoughts on this situation?
I would love to add my thoughts. But unfortunately, I don't follow news. I don't really believe much of anything the news reports. So I came here to listen and support. But as far as the news, I don't follow the news at all. I'm sorry.
How about the facts? What about the facts that it was an Indian man, 4 children that he killed because they played ding dong ditch? What are your thoughts on that?
Thoughts is in 2023, teach your children not to play ding dong ditch. That's what I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the
right.
lesson there.
And if they do, and they're
Uh,
just playing a game on a neighbor ding dong ditch, they should get murdered. Is that your idea?
No, not at all. But teach your kids, if you have children, don't go up on people's property playing games. You don't know what's going through the minds of other people. Stay off of people's property.
Of course, that's my message to my children, my grandchildren, actually.
Absolutely.
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 so do you think?
Absolutely.
So, hold on, Daryl. Do you think that they shouldn't? That the man should get off and he shouldn't be
Not at
charged with
all. He
murder?
should go to prison and serve his full sentence, whatever it's going to be, 25, 30 years. But the bottom line is, if you got kids, you need to teach them in 2023 not to go on people's property and play any kind of games. You don't know what's going through the minds of other people. So, you know,
But I think people know that, bro. Like the kids go do what they go do, and like I just feel like I said, they're wrong for sure. Like they should have just like not been doing it anyway. The fact is that like the punishment behind what they did was not equivalent. You feel me? Like you should not have seen these kids dead because they rung a doorbell. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that's kind of bothering me. That that's the big issue here. It's not the fact that like they run the doorbell or whatever. Like any story that ever like that's on the news right now, like people dying and stuff like that, there's probably so many different reasons behind why they died. None of them is because they rung a doorbell and ran off, bro. Like that doesn't happen. It just happened though, but like
totally agree with you, man. I
so it's like
totally
that's
agree.
yeah, bro. It's crazy because that
Yeah.
right there is the issue.
I think the word that's missing here is tolerance. We have lost we've lost a lot of respect for each other, and we've lost tolerance for each other, and that's what's missing in society. Period.
Well, he was drunk, and he said that he was basically. And I'm gonna let you talk. I just want to say this: he was drunk. He claimed that he had 12 beers or whatever the case may be, and so I think that like his excuse is that, but it still doesn't change the fact. Like Cap B said earlier, like he was going through something and he took it out on the kids, and it just happened to be like in that split moment that was what set him over the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of stuff probably happening in his life, and he probably had to figure out how to make some shit happen. And this happened to him, and he allowed his emotions to get the best of him and do some shit where he took like the liquor took over him. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Because who the fuck just does who goes and chase after some teenagers that just run your doorbell, bro? Just think about it.
And
Like that's deep.
No, he had lights
let's
on.
wake it up, right? I'm from Chicago.
But
That's
I
the
got a
death
question
trap
for you
too.
though.
Chasing teenagers. Them niggas will shoot you.
Hold on. Let
Leave.
let Cap
That's
tap
right.
in real quick, cause I ain't. You might not hear him, but yeah, he trying to get in there.
Nah, I was saying, cuz it sounded like cuz definitely ain't had nothing to do. He was, definitely bored. Definitely ain't got nothing in life going. But see, I got a question for you because, I heard something and this is pertaining to something that I wanna say Don was saying earlier. But see, Benz though that you don't, correct your children in physical correction. If someone else was to do that, how would you handle that? Like outside, like if they was to catch a child, if they was young enough, like
That's a
busting
good
a
question,
window.
Captain. That's a good question because the way we was raised, we'll get our ass whooped by the neighbor, then go home and get our ass whooped by the family. You know what? I would go crazy if somebody put their hands on my child. And it might not be right, capital. It might not be right, Cap. But I would go crazy. I mean, I would go nuts. Like y'all have an article up there about me. I'm like, man, y'all heard what Cino done did?
No, that's a fact. See, no, if I can get a transparency moment with y'all related to this topic in this conversation, for example, we were all kids before, right? And we did certain things. Well, I've done certain things as a kid, being bad as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to have a house that was off a freeway, and me and my friends would do like the most bad shit. Now that I think about it, like cars would ride past, and we would throw rocks at the cars that's going past. And um, and I remember this day. I had an orange shirt on and a yellow shirt. I was a smart little kid too. So I'm like, oh damn. I don't remember. I probably was about. I probably was about 7, 8, maybe. No, I probably wasn't 8. No older than 8. No older than probably 7. Um, long story short, we threw rocks at the car. Right. Boom. I heard a crack, and the car just stopped instantly. I was like, ooh, shit. So I went back inside the gate because I had it was a wooden fence that was up. It was a wooden fence that was up. So me and my friends hurry up and jumped the neighbor's fence to get back into my yard because I got the woods. I threw the rocks from my wooden fence. So I ain't gonna say I was smart. That wasn't smart at all, right? So minutes later, I instantly took off my orange shirt or yellow shirt, whatever it was. I was just like, just in case they try to come by, because they stopped. I'm instantly thinking they for sure finna come around to the house, right? Boom. I took my shirt off. I instantly went in the house and changed my shirt and came back outside like that never happened. Next thing you know, that same car pulls up. At the house where the wood fence is at. My house. Walked up to the steps. You know what I'm saying? Knocked on my house. And to relate to you, Sino, you know what I'm saying? That person ain't put their hands on me. You know what I'm saying? They came and knocked on the door and communicated with my people like, yeah, your kids then whoopty whoop whoop whoop. Then my parents was like, bring your ass here, whoopty whoop. You was throwing shit.
They tore that ass up, didn't they?
Hell nah. Cause I said, I don't know what you talking about.
You should
I
have
said,
got
I
your
don't know
ass
what he
whooped.
talking about. They was like, it was a kid, whoop whoop. I don't know if it was him or something. Nah, said it wasn't me. I put on a whole. I went, you know what I'm saying? I switched my yellow and orange shirt to probably like a white shirt or something like that. I don't know what I
Well, you
did.
need a retro
Trying to
ass
cover it up.
whooping. Your parents to get you a retro ass whooping. You
Yeah,
did
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that ain't the point though. That ain't the point though. But yeah, though, for sure should have got my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? And like my OG, my dad, he kind of like a big dude or whatever. So the guy that approached my dad ain't really like know nothing like that. He was just like pretty much like, damn, you gotta get your kids, like get your son or whatever. Whoop whoop. He didn't even probably say that, but because I was denying it, right? I'm like, this motherfucker trying to blame me for something I didn't do. So my dad really, or my parents was pretty much like, well, no. I don't know how they resolved it, actually. I was just scared to get I thought I was going to get an ass whooping. But, he ain't put no gun out or nothing like that. And, my dad talked to me, my people had talked to me or whatnot. Like, if you did do it, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really know what to believe. I was a little clever kid, so I was clever, but,
You was a
Definitely.
sneaky motherfucker like my son. You was a little sneaky motherfucker like I swear to God. When I
I
heard you
believe.
talk, I said, my bad, Cap.
No, go ahead, bro. Because I wasn't.
No, I was about to say, when I heard you talk, I said, he remind me of my son. You a little sneaky motherfucker. You know what? You should have got your ass whooped, E. You was
man, I got
bogus.
my ass whooped a lot of times, man. A
I'm
lot of times. You know what
about
I'm
to say.
saying?
I'm about to say. I'm about to
Like
say.
bro said,
Life, right? E.
you feel me? It come back to you some way,
Yeah,
somehow.
yeah,
You
for
know what I'm saying?
sure, for sure.
But yeah, you right though,
Yeah,
E.
so they might not that like so what I'm hearing is that the ding dong ditchers um that they have done or they did more than just ding dong ditch in the past, and it probably led up to this situation being like
Well,
part of their alignment.
I don't want to say it's because they was kids, right?
They were 16.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they was, you know.
Yeah, we can't make it seem like they did something to deserve that.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
saying.
That's
No,
that's
I'm not
wild.
saying they did
yeah,
something
yeah.
to deserve that in that
No, I just wanted to
situation.
clear that up for
What
him.
I'm saying is that they could have done something in life that could have
No,
resulted in
But
something
no, they didn't
down the
deserve
line.
it. They didn't.
Or
Well,
they
Nah,
could
they
have
ain't
kept
but
life.
they're
harassing
kids.
him too.
Nah, that's wild.
At the end of the day,
They ain't life.
So are you
but at
saying?
the end of the day, they're kids. That's the
facts.
bottom line.
We should really get deep into that. That's a fact. Like,
So are we
Yeah,
saying?
like
Are we saying that?
I heard what Daryl was saying. Daryl was saying you got to. It's 2023. It's not how it was in the 80s or in the 90s.
and
Like
then you got to take into consideration. Okay, this dude that did do this to this kid, he had 50 beers or whatnot. You know what I'm saying, or however
yeah,
many beers he had today, and then you know what I'm saying, related to kid, like it's 2023, like kids at
Come
16, you
on,
got
E.
kids
Come
at
on, E.
16 doing ding dong ditch, and then you got kids at 16 shooting guns.
Shooting
Yeah,
gun.
right,
and they'll rob
exactly.
you, bro. They'll rob you. I'm in Baltimore. You'll get robbed by kids, 15, 16. They just had a shootout at the Baltimore Inner Harbor. All kids, 15, 16, on dirt bikes. And they did it in front of like 20 police officers.
So I think the message it really is in 2023 for real, as far as for like your kids teaching your kids. It's like how to probably I can't really I can't think of the word for it. Probably like how to discern it, like to know who to play with, know who not to play with. You know what I'm saying? No, like it's
Yeah,
stuff that's overboard that you shouldn't do that that will
yeah,
But
possibly
we
cause
talking
consequences.
about ding dog ditch though, E. We ain't talking
yeah.
about
Yeah, yeah.
we
I
ain't
can
talking about
understand somebody. I can understand Well, the somebody thing, getting like pissed. the, I can understand somebody going over the top about property damage, but still shooting people like that's
no, he
excessive.
ran him over. He ran him over.
He
He ran
ran
the
Jesus
him
kid. He
over.
tracked
He
him down,
was
ran him over.
something was wrong with him
Jesus
mentally,
Christ.
bro. For he blacked out.
Yeah,
He blacked out.
exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
This fucking dude, first of all, was he a citizen or no?
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful by any means, Don. But what does that have anything to do with what he did?
Because it does. Was he a citizen or
I have
no?
no
Because if
clue.
he was, it has a lot to do with it. Because if he was not, maybe he's not aware of the games that kids
I
play,
got you. I got you.
and
Yeah. Now I get
he,
what you're getting at.
you know what I'm saying? He didn't grow up knowing that we played ding dong. We spent a whole 2 hours speaking about us playing that game as children, right? Right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm more with what E was saying though. Like if I got in trouble, like he said stories. I'm pretty sure, and excuse me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was E that was telling the story about throwing the rocks. I had a railroad track behind my house, and I used to hit rocks with my bat. And I had a police officer actually come to my house. And my parent, oh shit, like I grew up with old school Italian, Latino family. So it didn't go well for me, you know.
Italian and Latinos are not the same. So which
what
was it?
happened, man?
Which were they, sir?
that
He
that
got
did
spanked.
not end well for me, but I don't know.
I'm
I think
side-eyeing you right now. FYI.
you're side eyeing me.
Nah, I
Yes,
believe.
because you said
Nah, I
Italian
believe he got his
slash
ass whooped. I believe
Latino,
he
Yeah,
got his
nah.
ass whooped.
and they're not the same, by the way.
What about you, E? You believe it too?
My boy Carl
Don,
I
I'm fully
appreciate
aware.
that
I'm
for
fully
sure.
aware that Latino and Italians aren't the same thing. But my parents are from Argentina. My father's family's from
So
Italy. So yeah,
when you used
I'm
to hit
Italian and Latino
Right, but why would you bulk them in the same? Why would you do
too,
that? Why would you say that? It doesn't make sense.
Cause that's what he is. That's what he are
No,
now.
because
no,
that
no.
that
His
kind that
statement.
I know what you're trying to ask. You're trying to say
Yes.
what is the relevance of that?
Yes, yes, yes. Please, thank you.
basically just trying to explain that I grew up in a very strict household. I grew up in a very, very strict household, and my parents did not fuck around when it came to punishment. And it wasn't verbal, it was physical. You know, my dad didn't have a problem punching me in the face if I did something wrong. And if I deserved it, I deserved it. You know? And nowadays it's not like that. Nowadays if you go and you reprimand your kid, I'm not saying it's okay to punch your kid at all. But if your kids get out of line, parents are more worried now about what their kids are going to do to them.
Right. You're
That's a
right.
fact.
100%. Thank
Hey,
you.
hey, was you here, Paul, when I said my son text me, "What's up, ho?"
I know, I was
Oh
fucking
no.
blown away. I would have fucking kicked his ass for that shit.
No, my kids it's funny because my kids are very well behaved, but that's because I'm not scared of them. Like they're my kids. They know their place,
But
and I know mine.
let me say this. I wouldn't have kicked his
But
ass.
you also,
But
hold on. You also
hold
a
on.
white
I
man.
wouldn't have kicked his ass. I would have withheld
So a black
money.
man can't be doing certain shit to their kids. I'm just let you know
No,
that.
I
No,
would not
absolutely,
have kicked
but
his ass.
I could
I
tell you
would
that
not have
as
kicked
a
his ass. I would have withheld money, privileges, all that shit for him speaking to me like that. But he would have not have gotten a dime. But he gets every privilege for doing the right things. And that's how I've always treated my stepsons and my granddaughters. That
Hey,
way.
hey,
Mm-hmm.
listen. Right, we got Ink in the room real quick.
Hey!
I'm about.
Oh shit, no man, what?
Let me see real quick. Oh, I'm about to play a song and I'm about to come back. Ink, stay in the room, bro, cause I come in your spaces and like I don't get a chance to have a conversation with you about these deep conversations. You feel me? So let's do that. Let me play a song and then we go get to it real quick. Everybody stay tuned. If y'all can, share the room for me. Ping as many people as possible. And tune May Morning Show. We in here. Hold on. Let's see.
Take me to
We ain't gonna go too strong. That's a strong one. I like that one. I just want to hear that first part.
the king. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering.
Hey, that's a powerful song. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't want to depress nobody right now because that song is a little emotional. So let's turn it up a little bit with this song right here.
You can't keep going at a rate like this. Running for your life when you're meant to live. Gotta keep on breathing, yeah. There's too many reasons. No, you can't keep going at a rate like this. Burying the past, not to deal with it. Feeling so defeated. There's too many reasons to keep on. Lost my granddad in '07, still trying to cope with this day. I was wondering if you went to heaven yet. There ain't nothing I can change. I spent late nights, I was scared to die. I ain't wanna see the grave. I was playing games with my heartbeat instead of slowing down just to play. You've been reaching for the hand you thought you never grabbed. But Jesus brings the hope you thought you never had. Tired of living in a nightmare, Lord. I just wanna hear you run around this same circle. Don't make me feel brand new. You gotta know it ain't over 'cause you gotta handle hold. Let his peace come rushing through your soul. Too many reasons for you just to let go. Yeah, so you can't keep going at a rate like this. Running for your life when you're meant to live. Gotta keep on breathing, yeah. There's too many reasons. No, you can't keep going at a rate like this. Burying the past, not to deal with it. Feeling so defeated, yeah. There's so many reasons to keep on
All right, so look, we gonna tap back in. listen. So I changed the title of the room, and we was having a good conversation about all these different situations that occurred throughout this week, really. And it really comes down to like what's going on in the world. Like what's going on is like is bad energy. I call it satanic energy, because that's what it is. Satan is moving through people, and some people don't believe in that. So then that's a whole nother conversation. So Brother Ink is in the room, and when I go into his spaces, we usually have conversations about these type of concepts, and sometimes it be a lot of biased energy in his rooms, in my opinion. So I want to have that kind of conversation in here where we not gonna have no biased energy, and he can get his piece out. We could talk. So Brother Ink, let me ask you this question, right? What is your biggest issue with, I'm gonna say God. I ain't gonna say religion, but I'm gonna ask, what's your biggest issue with God or with the belief in God?
Good morning, everyone. I'm agnostic. All right, so I think I don't have an issue with God per se. I have an issue with religious people. You have religious people that like to force their beliefs on other people. You have many different religions as well, and the history behind it called a division. So I just consider myself to be agnostic. If there's a God, there's a God. If there's not one, there's not one. But I'm not going to try to live my life according to a book. None of these people can be proven that they actually existed. Paul, Moses, Matthew, Luke, all those people in the Bible. There's no actual like direct evidence that they existed. Um, so I just consider myself agnostic, and I just go with the flow.
Okay, so but there is evidence that Luke existed. But there's different Matthew to it. But I'm before I go into that part, like when you say push, and this is my big thing because a lot of people say like people like to push their beliefs on other people. Just speaking on what you believe is like pushing something. What is the problem with speaking on what you believe and like basically telling that to the world? What is the problem with that?
Because it comes with a judgment behind it. If someone do not live their life according to what you believe in, then they going to be judged. That's why you have these people that don't go to church now. You have homosexuality that's going on in the church. You have prostitutes. You have different people that going through things in their personal life, and once they try to bring it to the church, they get judged for their lifestyle. So I just believe that you know you can believe in what you believe in, but just don't force it upon anyone else. And religious people have that very like the Hebrew Israelites. You have the Christians. You have like all these different like, and I have seen it because I make these spaces, and once I make these spaces, and we can't even have a civil conversation. The room just go left. So I hope I answer your question.
Yeah, it does, but it's like when you say that, it's like, what is the problem with pushing something if you is pushing it?
Can I say something, brother?
Yeah, but let me say this real quick. What is the problem with pushing something like that actually is good for for people? Like if somebody tell you do not to treat others the way you want to be treated, to love God, which is to love the the universal creator of all things, the creator, the source of where we all come from, which is to identify where we come from and who we come from and the energy behind who we come from, and that energy is identified as love. Like, you know what I'm saying? What is wrong with that if that's what somebody's pushing? And that's to Ink.
Your love is going based off the Bible. So that's still forcing it. You can tell me what love is without trying to equate it towards the Bible and the scriptures and things of that sort, because everyone don't believe in the Bible.
Well, the concept
We
of
back
love
on that.
dates back like to where the concept of what love is comes from the Bible though. That's the whole point. like what love truly is. It cut not just the Bible, but the Vedas, the like all ancient texts that exist, even going back to like ancient Kemetic texts. All those texts actually break down how to love. Like
Can
so,
I
in
can I say something, brother?
Well, may
Uh,
I?
go ahead.
May I real quick? Thanks. Um, so we can have morality, right? And we come from a moral place, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that we're coming from a religious place. It just means we have morals and moral standards.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the point I'm making, which is that like
right. Um, so that's why church and state are separated, right? So I get what Inca's saying, 100%, 1,000%. I still believe church and state should be separated all the time. It should never be combined. Don't ever combine religion with politics ever, ever. I don't ever want to see that ever in my life.
well, see, that's cool and all, but that's an emotional feeling. That's
It's not
you push.
emotional. It's on the real because it comes from a basic, a basic, um,
No, hold on, let me finish because I know my mic kind of muffled too. Let me kind of try to fix that real quick. Is that there is an understanding that's missing where people don't realize that you're pushing when you try to tell people not to go towards the Bible or not to go towards religion and not to actually use, because the Bible actually speaks about government politics. The Bible, the religion that the Bible actually wants us to actually have is a political government. So that's why it's important for us to understand like what the text is saying versus like what people say. That's the only thing I be trying to get Ink to understand is like some of these people that be in your rooms, they be talking about the Bible, but they don't know the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And that becomes a problem. And when somebody challenges them, you know, we get like people like me, I get shut off or get shut down. You feel me? So that's my thing, Ink.
no, I understand what you're saying,
May
but
I respond to that really
sure.
fast, Miss Dunn? That is not true. Even to places you always
Is that me or him?
people.
It's you, Ink.
I think it's him.
You're in the Matrix, brother Ink.
Try to turn your Wi-Fi off. But I hear you, and Don, really quick, and I'm not trying to stop you, Don. I want to have a dialogue with Ink really quick because I want us to have this conversation because we haven't had it. This is a really dope situation because I feel like it's enough people that have different opinions in the room right now to where we can kind of, it's not biased. There's no biased energy in the room. You know what I'm saying? It's different sides. So Ink, check if you good now.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You good?
Yeah, so there's no biased energies in my spaces, all right? People allowed to come to my space and speak according how they feel. See, the problem that we have is Mind Made Radio. He come in and he disrupt the stage, he curse people out, and then he complain when he get removed.
Bruh.
So that'd be the issue.
No, so wait a minute. All right, let me make sure something clear. So for everybody who know me, what he means by me cussing people out is that when people start interrupting me in the middle of me speaking, I start snapping on them and I'll be like, bro, you a bitch. Like, cause if you interrupted me and mute me because you don't want me to get my point across, that's rude and disrespectful. So I might end up calling them a bitch or something like that because they on some bullshit. But that's only because they're disrespecting me. And he don't think it's disrespectful for somebody to try to mute you or talk over you just because they don't like the direction you going with your point. And I wouldn't do that to you, Ink, like I'm not gonna do to you in this conversation. So that's where our real issue is at. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the brothers that be in your room, they don't like me pre-existing before your room, and so they try to take it out on me while they're moderators in your space, bro. So just so you know that, and
So
you know
this
we can
is
move.
this This is just a conversation between
No,
you
he
and
can
E.
have no.
Can
We can
anybody
other.
talk?
I want other people to get in too, but I wanted him to just answer to what I was saying.
I've been trying to talk. Let me
Yeah,
say
no,
something.
no, no. Go. Last point. I want Ink to respond to what this last point, and then we can open
So
back up the floor.
it's a conversation between you and E then, because you
Can
ain't
you
letting
hear me?
nobody else talk.
Can you hear me?
Check out this quick preview from one of our episodes of Mind Made TV right now.
You know, stay at the crib and stack our bread up and stuff. We gotta get the fuck home. You know what I'm saying? My mama told me, she came downstairs cause she told me, look, you got a month. You gotta get a job or you gotta get the fuck home. I'm using too many words, but that's exactly what she kind of said. I had to get up off my ass and decided I wanted more for myself. Whether it was working at McDonald's, I mean, I ain't never worked in no fast food restaurant, but whether it was working at McDonald's or working at a nursing home or working wherever, I just, niggas just gotta get it how they live. And ever since then, bro, I ain't lived with my mama in 3-4 years. Man, I ain't looked back. So it's like, once you get up off your ass, bro, and you push, I think that parents should do that. Push them up? Because you ain't got nowhere to go. What? And I backed into a corner, what you gonna do? Right. It shows how much of a man you is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's true. That's true. Put you in the corner, what you gonna do? Exactly, though. You gonna stay in the corner, you gonna try to get out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And by saying that, you telling us, we putting you out there. It's not necessarily saying they don't fuck with you. Yeah. But it's more so saying you gotta have some ambition for yourself to get up and do what you gotta do. Shit, not be like that.
Thank you for tuning in. Check it out right now on YouTube. Type in Mind Made TV on YouTube right now. You can tune in. Thank you.
I hear you. I'm saying you ain't letting nobody else talk. I'm saying, is it
I'm
just between
crying. Can you hear
you
me? No,
and
I
E,
said
or
no.
what?
If you can hear me, I said I want him to respond to this one more thing, and I'm gonna open up the
All right,
floor
go
to
ahead.
everybody. All right, I'm crying. So listen, so Ink, what I'm saying is, brother, when we had these conversations on religion, do you not think that it's just as biased or like you're pushing an agenda or whatever you claim that people who push religion is doing? Do you not think you're doing the same thing when you try to tell people not to read the Bible or not to subscribe to certain religions and things like that? Is that not the same thing?
Absolutely not. So when it comes to like me, I always say this is my personal opinion. I always consider myself to believe what I believe in, and you believe in what you believe in. But if you asking for my personal opinion, I'm going to give it to you. Sometimes people don't ask for your opinion. You come out the gate speaking about the Bible and speaking about Jesus and these room titles. So that's the difference. And when I make these spaces, everyone is allowed to come to my space, allowed to speak. You know, Sister Ishmael, she's one of my mods, and she'll tell you. We let people come in, we let people speak, and then after they done speaking, that's when we have our rebuttal. You know,
Well, not
but we
me
don't
though.
force
Like
anything.
when y'all don't let me speak though. Like when I come in your rooms, I get disrespected and kicked out every time.
I don't even know you,
Uh,
sir.
uh,
Respectfully.
So
Well,
Ishmael, he said he get kicked out
Sister
every time.
Ishmael, you definitely was one of the people that was you probably don't remember, but yeah, you was definitely one of the people that was like trying to stop me from speaking because you got tired of hearing me bring out the stuff I was bringing up. But
Definitely
like,
not. I don't argue with people about religion
no, you didn't
and
argue.
why I
You
should
was
be.
just like adding your ad libs in, like, cause like if you can get 3 people to come off the mic and be like, or like say something or do like something like to try to change the energy, you can like present a narrative. Like nobody want to hear this shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can create that energy.
I don't
But
do
if you
that
got
because
no,
I
I'm saying
literally am
like
one of the
I
most
just my
quiet
own
people
experience.
in the religious rooms, and the reason why is because I have a policy. And my policy is, and me and Brother Ink disagree about the Bible. We don't agree about the Bible. Um, and we respectfully disagree. But most of the time in his rooms, when folks are talking about religion, I am one of the people that are the most quiet. And the reason why is because I don't believe that it is a wise thing to argue with another individual about how they come to God, right? And I don't believe that I need to convert people. I feel that Grown people are going to do what grown people are going to do. In regards to the Bible, I grew up a Muslim, but my grandmother was a Christian, and I was allowed to go to church with her on Sundays. And so I have a very personal relationship with God, and I have a very sound understanding of the Bible from a theological aspect because I've studied it thoroughly along with the Quran and along with the Torah as well. And so I do not argue with people about scripture because I find that most people are usually not reading exegesis, they're reading eisegesis, which is outside of the text of the biblical, the theological aspect of the biblical text. And so, because I know that, I don't argue with people about it. I am usually very quiet. So, you might have me confused with someone else. And I usually am on the side of the people who do follow the Bible because because my relationship with the Bible and theology and religion is very unique. And so I don't challenge people on how they find God. I'm just grateful that they found God and leave it there. So the only time that I come off my mic in those rooms is to correct people who are interrupting others. Outside of that, I do not argue with people or speak to people in a debate style in terms of religion.
All right, so you
Thank you,
said
my love.
you said those things, and I hear you, and I appreciate it. My experience is that that's not what I experienced, but also Ink in his rooms, I was speaking about him in his rooms in general, not you specifically. I never said your name. You just said you don't know me, and I was just verifying that I'm familiar with you because I've encountered you before. Because like the narrative that you just said, which is that you don't think it's your job to correct people and bring people to do certain things, blah, blah. But mine's is, you know what I'm saying? And you feel like other people shouldn't do it because you feel like you shouldn't do it. And that was something I actually addressed as well with you in the room. So I just remember and I understand like that's all it is. So my point is that people, just like how you just did what you just did, that's also pushing the narrative. Like people push narratives all day. Like it's not necessary for us to try to teach or correct people and try to tell people what they should be believing in and things like that. That's the same thing as telling people that, hey, we should worship God, we should believe in God, we should learn who God is, we should diligently seek God, we should treat others the way we want to be treated. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the same thing as the people that be trying to tell people to go against the Bible and to not worship God or to like believe in what you want to believe in. Like, that's still you telling somebody something or trying to push a belief onto somebody. Like that's normal. So that's where my stance at
I
with it.
don't think you heard me. I do not
Yeah, and that's
engage.
not true if you're
I
speaking from an
absolutely
anecdotal
do. I
experience.
absolutely do tell people I encourage people to find God, absolutely. But if I'm in a conversation with someone who is dead set on on the rejection of that, I'm not going to argue with them because you don't cast pearls on the swine. And so that's biblical too, right? You also have to be able to discern who, what, when, where, how, and if that is something, or if you are the entity to with which is supposed to be evangelizing to that person. Because if you're not the entity that is supposed to be evangelizing to that person, then you are actually doing that in error. So I never said that I don't encourage people to find God or any of that. What I am saying is that when it has been made clear to me that an individual does not want to follow or adhere to what I choose to adhere to, I respect that. I discern whether or not that is a conversation that is going to be fruitful, and if it is not, I don't have it. Because
So
some people
if
are
I'm the
people
type
who
of
fail
person
to
that don't
realize what
if
people
I'm the
fail to
type of
realize,
but hold on,
sir,
sister. If I'm
is
the type of hold on, real quick. If I'm the type of person that does not allow a person to just project their thoughts onto me, and I have my own thought, and I tell a person, hey, you know, you should protect your thoughts too from people that like to project. There's nothing wrong with me giving that advice. That's just what it is. And my advice actually could be necessary at any time. If it's good advice, it's always necessary. Or as a people, the Bible tells us that we're supposed to go into all nations, even the evil ones, even the white ones, even the black ones, Puerto Rican ones, the whatever hoods, go to all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The reason why this is important, and Jesus said, I will be with you always. So Jesus is right here with us, not all of us, because all of us, and when I say us, I'm not talking about the us. I'm talking about the us when, all the people on the planet, we like all human beings that got blood flowing through their veins, all of us, are not all tapped in with God because we all don't love. And if you don't love, you don't know God. The Bible makes that clear. So
Can I
we got to
speak?
go into all nations, and the people that might be in ink rooms, all the people in there might not want to hear what I got to say or feel like they want to hear my voice, and I might not be for them like you said. But there are people in there that I am probably in there for that will hear me and that probably need to hear what I'm trying to say. But because one group of people might be like, no, we don't want to hear that and shut it down, y'all can be stopping somebody from getting what they need because you think that a person, you're trying to dictate whether a person should be bringing what they're bringing or not. What they're pushing is probably what they're supposed to be pushing at the time they're supposed to push it. To say that they shouldn't push it would be you pushing your own feelings and agenda. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I don't think you heard me, sir.
I'm crying. I
Let
did.
me simplify this a little further for you. I never said, first of all, again, when the religious rooms are happening, I am quiet. I do not keep anyone from speaking. People speak, and I don't speak over them.
No,
I
you
don't
taking this
interrupt them.
personal. No, sister.
So,
This is no, no, no.
I
You
know,
taking it.
right.
You're
No,
taking this personal. I'm not talking about just you. Like
I'm
I'm
sorry. Did you
addressing what
mute me?
Ink
Why did you
said.
mute me? Can I finish my
Yeah,
my
cause
statement?
yes, cause like if you can hear me, you can hear me. I'm trying to bring clarity to something. Like I'm not. This
But
is
you're
not
not
personal
bringing
towards
clarity.
just
I'm
you.
trying to bring
I
clarity as
sister, I
well.
can't bring clarity because you have an energy that you're giving off. This is not personal towards you. I never said your name from the beginning or mentioned you from the beginning.
I thought we're not going to be biased. We
No,
listen
Ink,
to
I'm
you
not
spoke.
being biased. I'm trying to make sure she's understanding that I'm not talking about her.
No,
She's
I
taking this personal
understand,
like
but
I'm
I'm
talking
not
about her.
taking it personal. I'm actually literally trying to explain to you I'm conceptualizing what you said, but when people conceptualize, they're going to come from their experience because they're them, right? And that's literally what you just did. So I'm just doing the same in response. What I'm saying to you is you're not incorrect about what you're saying in regards to people evangelizing, going into other territories to evangelize to people. But the scripture also speaks about knowing, having a spirit of discernment and knowing when to evangelize, because we aren't supposed to just evangelize to anyone. And I gave reference to the scripture, which is do not cast pearls onto swine. And the scripture speaks about that as well. So, sure, allow people to speak, allow people to give information, allow people to evangelize to folks. But if you understand and know and can discern from the climate of the space that this is not something that is actually edifying that person or edifying the space, then you are actually casting pearls onto swine, which is also considered a violation. And this is what I spoke about earlier when I explained reading exegesis and eisegesis when it comes to biblical or theological texts. It's not personal. I'm coming from I'm referencing my personal standpoint because I understand the distinction between evangelizing to people who are open to actually hearing it by way of discerning that that is the climate and then understanding when that is not the climate, and so walking and talking in that, because you have to understand that all opportunities is not an opportunity for you to evangelize. There may be an opportunity for a person to do so, but you must discern whether or not that is you or whether or not that is someone else. And sometimes we become so full of ourselves that we think because we know that we have to have this, take up the mantle of educating people on the theological aspects of this, and we're not even the person that has been called by God to do so for that individual or individuals. And that is a problem because it's an ego thing. I allow people, not allow people, but I humble myself when it comes to how other people find God. If they want to have a conversation with me, then we can have a conversation. Understand that these are not my beliefs. This is what I know. I don't believe anything. I know what I know because what I know is what I know and it cannot be refuted to me, right? It's tangible to me. God is tangible to me. It is not just about the Bible. It's not just about the theology. It is about what I have experienced in terms of God, which is tangible to me. You cannot disprove that, which is why me and Brother Ink will respectfully disagree. And we disagree, and it is what it is. But I also know my place. I know that just because I know things about the Bible or I have an understanding of the Bible that someone else may not have, that does not make me better than them. Period. That
Well,
does
so
not make
sister,
me more
Land is
important than
plane,
them.
sis. Land is
yeah,
And
plane,
that's just
sis.
what it
Please,
is.
so
please,
sister,
please.
I want to make sure this is clear because I don't want to keep the long like things going on because I hear what you're saying 100% and nothing that you said missed me and I understand how you feel. Again, my discernment is clear. So if my discernment is clear, I know when to say something. And just because you might feel like, or anybody else outside of you might feel like, oh, this is not the time that he should be doing this, you don't know if there's someone in the room that might actually need to hear this or want to hear this. I was just in a room last night, actually, and I was in the middle of a room that had like 24 people in the room, and I came into the room and I changed the energy. And when I came into the room, I started reading a story because they asked like anybody got any stories or whatever because nobody had nothing to say. I started reading a story out of my book called The Story of Narcissus, and what happened was 5 or 6 people left the room. But and then one of the moderators came off the mic after I was finished with the story, like, "Oh, what happened? Like, where everybody go or whatever?" Like, it was still 20 people in the room, or like 19 people in the room, and people were still interacting, and people were listening to the story. And when she came off her mic, the two of the sisters was like, "Oh, I was listening." Another sister was like, "Oh yeah, I was visualizing that. I was putting the whole picture together. That was dope. Whatever, you know what I'm saying?" Because they were resonating with what I was bringing. While just because some people were leaving, because the people that's not for it, they can leave, they can do their thing. But the people that it is for, they needed that for whatever reason they needed it. And it's not nobody else's job to say, oh, well, just because I don't like what you're doing right now, or I know that there's 5 people in this room that don't like what you're doing right now, I'm going to stop the other maybe 18 people that's in here from getting what they might need from you because I don't like the fact that some people don't like what you're doing. That's the issue that we have. That's the problem that we have in the world, and most people don't know that that's what you call a lack of love. Go ahead. Ink.
Yeah, can you bring up Gigi? Because I asked her to be in the space. I'm trying to get all my mods into your space so I can see what the issue is. Um, I just
I want to add when Mr. Ingeston.
no, I just wanted him to bring up Gigi.
Add me to the queue as well, then, since
Yeah,
there's a
go.
queue
You can
going
go
on.
ahead and then pass it to Dawn, and let's do this. And I'm not trying to start this up because Goldie kind of caught it out already. Like, let's keep it at a 2-minute max time limit when we speaking. And if you I'm gonna go ahead and bring back out the plane that we usually do. So if you hear that, it's just a
No,
little
let
bit.
him cook, man. Let him
No,
cook.
we
Go
all
ahead,
go. We
Ink.
go hold ourselves to 2 minutes because we want to make sure that everybody can speak because the room is growing. Is more people in here, so when we have a smaller room, we can talk all day like we was. But so what I'm gonna say is let Goldie go ahead and tap in, and after Goldie just pass it to Dawn, and we go pick back up from there, and we go back into where we left off at with Ink and Sister Ishmael.
Okay, appreciate that, guys, or whoever. Tell me if you can hear me clearly and it doesn't
Yes.
sound annoying. Yeah? Alright, cool. Alright. I've heard, man, had to take a deep breath for that one because a lot's being said. I can't say the sister's name. She's gone now. But listen, I wanted to say this. Even though she's gone now, I wanted to say this. Even saying that so with so much chest, that's still in a sense of belief, I can't lie. Like, you don't know tomorrow. You believe you will wake up tomorrow. You don't know you will though. Same as 5 years time and all of that. You don't know. You believe that. That alone is a belief system. So let's all stop saying, I don't believe in belief. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Like, okay, you may want to operate on certain black and white things, like things that are written verbatim. You take that on, but there is nothing wrong with having a belief. Let's not make it seem like just because people believe in something, they're living in la la land or fairy tale land. No, because sometimes there is a knowing in that belief. Do you understand? Just don't eradicate saying you believe. Secondly,
Is religion needed? I'm gonna touch on that one first. Definitely put the plane if I start becoming long-winded. Is religion needed? To some extent, yes, man. I'm not gonna even lie. Sometimes religion is very much needed. Some people need that straightening. Some people need that discipline. Some people need that bit of, understanding. That is vital for people. There are 8 billion people that we've been told in the world, to make it seem like they don't need a religion. They do. Some people go to churches or their temples or their mosques, as a place of, community, as a place of understanding, as a place of compassion. Some people are out here in the streets with nobody else to talk to, and they seek comfort in talking to their pastor or their imam, or their or their whoever else. So yeah, religion is needed to a certain extent. Now, to say is it absolutely vital in order to get yourself into the kingdom? My opinion is, do you know what? If you don't understand something, there's definitely, you could definitely go and pray on it. You can read it. You can talk to your friend about it. When two or more are together, a lot of things can happen. But yeah, I will say religion nowadays, and then definitely in the most recent years, has caused more of a division than a collective understanding. So in that sense, yeah, it can be detrimental. Is science true? As far as I've known, science will
Goldie, I
say,
would never give you the plane, just so you
give me
know.
the plane, man. Give me the
No,
plane.
I'm not, but
Let me,
I'm
let
just
me,
telling you that
give
I
it
would never give you
to
the
me.
plane, just so you know.
I understand. It's cool. I've got my last 30 seconds, yeah? My last 30 seconds. I just think it's all right to not agree with a lot of things, and it is all right to be different and unique in your journey. But I don't think people should knock anybody down for how they go about in spreading the gospel that's been told to them. That is all I've got to say.
Okay, so now Dawn, you could tap in. You got,
Thanks.
and then we gonna go to. I'm finna
Thanks. I
call it.
just wanted to add real quick. I know what Ink is saying, and I know what Ishmael was saying, and it goes back to separation of church and state. It does. It has to. And it goes back to having a moral compass, no matter if you're religious or not. Because there are those of us, listen, I was raised Catholic. I've been to Catholic school my entire life, right? My parents put me through Catholic school my entire life, right? But I still can differentiate between, um, excuse me, between morality and what is right and wrong, and what is right and wrong for the country, and what, uh, God, it's just so clear to me. It bothers me so much that I know exactly what Ink is saying. I know, and we don't need to have um, religion inserted into um, politics. We need to follow our moral compass. Each one of us has a moral compass, and why aren't we following it? Where has your moral compass gone? Or were you not born with one? I was. So, seriously? Really? Okay, go ahead. That's what's wrong with society.
I
If,
mean, you
let me
talking about.
land right here. Let me land right here. Let me land right here, sir. If people don't have a moral compass, that's what's going fucking wrong. Right? There you go.
Okay, so you talking about having a moral compass.
Hold on,
What about people?
Ivory, let Roland go, and then you go right after that. It's 2 minutes.
Hey, what's up, guys? So I'll just talk to the topic in terms of is religion needed and is science true, right? So I feel like on an individual basis, I mean, there are going to be some individuals where religion is needed because you'll hear some people say, like, if I didn't have my religion telling me what to do, I'd be out raping and killing and whatever else, right? So for those individuals, yeah, like let them keep their religion. I don't want to deal with that. However, I think in totality, though, I don't think that religion's needed, right? I think it's been a helpful tool in the past to provide answers for things that we weren't able to find the answers for on our own. And humans fear things that they don't understand. So if we don't have the answers to things in our natural world and we don't know what's going to happen to us when we die, it makes sense that we formulate religions to answer these questions. That way we didn't have fear, right? Now, as far as is science true? Uh, I think it's about as close as we can get to truth as possible. I mean, science isn't really like true in and of itself. It's just a methodology for determining truth, right? And it's one of the best methodologies we have, with independent verification and falsification and identifying if something's repeatable and if it makes the most sense. And the best part about science is that it can change, right? You can believe a theory one day, right? But if the theory is violated even one time, then we realize that we have to adjust that theory. And it's a constant cycle of getting closer and closer to what is actually true, right? To getting closer and closer to what that actual fabric of the universe is made out of, what that universal underlying formula of the universe really is, and how things actually interact with each other. And that's the beautiful part of science. But religion in general, I feel like it's really harmful. I was talking to some Muslims yesterday, and an example of something that I think is just really problematic for society is Muslims have a belief that apostates that speak out against their religion should be executed, right? That's a very widely held belief in Arabic countries that if you were a Muslim before and now you've decided not to be a Muslim anymore and you're speaking out against Islam and saying that you think it's harmful or that you don't think it's good, they believe that warrants execution. And there's a lot of religious kind of beliefs that result in individuals being persecuted via their lack of belief or via them not believing in the religion. And I just think it's an incredibly harmful aspect to society. I think that we should believe in humanism and secularity and helping each other and well-being, and let these kind of fantastical beliefs go by the wayside. But that's all I wanted to say.
All right, Ivory, go ahead, and then we go get back to what I was talking about earlier.
Okay, so who makes the rules? Who says what we should and shouldn't do? You have people calling other people out of their gender, and politics is allowing that. You have, and no, nobody bats an eye because it's accepted. But is that right? Is that true? I don't feel like I should, anybody should be called out of their gender because that's someone's moral compass, how they choose to live their life. So who's to set that person straight when they're talking out of turn based on their morals? So, and yes, you even have religion and politics. They do mix. What's the reason why there's wars going on? People have different beliefs, different religions. And the term religion, it's being used wrong. It's religion is created by a man. So then you have to get to the. I gotta go. Hold on, I gotta go.
I'm crying. I hope you're all
Can
right.
I say something really fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because what he said is true. The Bible speak about obeying your slave owner, your master, things of that sort. Um, I don't believe in the lake of fire. I don't believe that Jesus existed. I don't believe that the flood actually happened. No one can give me a time frame that it actually existed.
Oh man, not the call.
Yeah, I had to put my phone on do not disturb. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. We
You're
can hear
good.
that,
The
bro.
the
Yeah, we
fl-
can.
the flood don't exist. I have had this conversation before. Everyone have a different time frame, right? And when it comes to Jesus, he don't exist as well. No one know his date of birth. No one know when he died. No one. There's no paintings of him. That's actually no proof. He's not in a museum. He's nowhere to be found. You know, why would I put my trust in a man that I don't even know what he looked like. I don't. He then they say he came and he walked the earth. He can't. Give me one
You
second. Give me
muted
one
up again.
second.
All right, hold on. Like, while he doing that, like, while he getting that call, he can come back. I just want to make sure we clear on something. Everything he's saying is wrong. But like, I hear what he's saying. Like, it's not everything he's saying is not wrong. Okay, let me correct it. He's saying a lot of things that's wrong.
No.
He's saying a lot of things that's wrong.
Don't discourage
But he's
this
like,
man, man.
he's no, because listen, right? For example, one of the things he said is that there's no evidence of Jesus. There's a lot of evidence of Jesus. We just have to go into talking about
Biblical
it. It's just
writings.
because,
Oh, but
no,
let's talk about it. Where's the evidence?
like, hold on, no,
Direct
we
evidence.
can get,
So there's a
like, let's
difference
get
between
into it.
direct evidence
But,
and indirect evidence. What I'm looking for is direct evidence.
yeah, no, I understand what you were looking for, but like, there's a reason why certain things happen. Like, for example, if you don't have, like, you have to experience certain things. Like, Jesus has to come to you, and this is an understanding. Like, if you don't receive Jesus, then you don't get to experience what Jesus told you that you can experience through him. So you have to diligent, like the Bible says in Hebrews 11:6, that without faith it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So if you do not have faith, you can't come to God anyway. You have to already be willing to accept that he is already. Now, when it comes to that, there's a lot of stuff that's been thrown around. Like, they don't know what date. Like, there's people that argue BC, what is it, 6 AD and 4 BC or something like that. In between those times is when he could have actually been born, but 0 or 1 AD is when he's actually born, so called. You know what I'm saying? But like, again, that doesn't mean he didn't exist just because they are ignorant of the exact time frame because they have dates off. Just like they have evidence of an ancient flood that existed that actually happened, but the time frame on when it happened, they're not for sure about because they can't actually measure that time frame like they be claiming they can. So there's a lot of misinformation in what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird hill to die on because even like biblical anti-theists and historians believe that Jesus existed. There's a lot of corroborating evidence from individual sources that are independently verifiable, right? That aren't linked to each other that cite Jesus Christ as having existed at a time, which is basically how we verify all historical figures from a very long time ago, like Aristotle or Ptolemy or Socrates or things like this, right? So there's evidence that he existed. Now, if you wanted to make the argument instead that the miracles that he did may not have happened, that would make a lot more sense, right? Because we don't have a way of verifying that. But the idea that there was, um, an apocalyptic preacher back then named Jesus that was going around preaching the biblical message isn't really something that's controversial.
Yeah, but then that's the thing, because where it comes in that, like, they have to ignore what you just said though, Roland. Because if Jesus actually existed, then the miracles that he did will be the only thing that people will have to argue against. And then even them arguing against that, they can still see people doing miraculous things today. So they can imagine Jesus doing these same miraculous things. So if they can see any person or one person doing miraculous things, they can say that, well, that's evidence that it's possible that Jesus did it too, or could have did it as well. So anytime you see something miraculous being done, that's evidence, that's your personal evidence that Christ exists. You feel me? But the concept of the different people that verify Christ, that definitely is a thing, and people ignore it because they just be in their feelings.
Eh, Can I just say this? You're combining the evidence of him just being a man in general with his miracles. You're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No,
the
Yeah, and
thing is with
also, it just he said a lot, right? And Roland already had this conversation with you, so I speak to Mind Made Radio, right? So first and foremost, you couldn't even tell me the time frame of when the flood existed. You couldn't tell me you couldn't tell me the time frame when Jesus existed. No one can. Everyone have a different date. And then all you told me
He was
was
born June 25th.
I got the. So show me in the Bible where it say
No,
that.
that's
Why
the
do
thing.
people celebrate
That's the
Christmas?
thing. You want me now to like go into the Bible that you don't believe
No, no,
in
no,
and
no.
show you
This is the
something.
Bible that you believe in. This is the
No,
Jesus
like
that you
that's right,
worship.
but that's and I know that the Bible don't tell you certain details that is only for people that it's called the secrets of God, the mysteries of God. So there's things that's in the Bible that's not actually written verbatim in the Bible. So even though the Bible says it without saying it, it's still there, even though it's not like what you would call verbatimly written inside of the scriptures. So that's a real thing, and people kind of ignore that. So that's why there's some people like me, for example, who I can say something that's perfectly in alignment with the word of God that's in the Bible, that's like nothing. It doesn't contradict anything in the Bible, but it's not actually written in the Bible. That's because I understand
So
it.
it's interpretation, right?
Well, no,
No,
you've got the apocryphal text too, and
no
the Dead Sea
interpretation. No,
Scrolls.
hold on. The interpretation of something is when you take something and then you try to make up an understanding of what it means. But when you have an understanding, exactly what it says, you have a full understanding of exactly the verbatim understanding of what it's saying, and you can articulate it and teach it to people and give them different methods of receiving the same understanding.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Give me the scripture that you said that his birthday is in June.
No, like I said, that's not
Like
written.
it's like
That's not
it's
written.
like that's crazy. Like
I want the scripture so I can read it out to the room
you
and I
want
can
proof from
unpack it.
you want proof from something that you don't believe in.
Yeah, no, let me.
Like even
I'm having a conversation, right? I'm not the only one that don't believe in this. So I'm having a conversation. This is also for the edification of the room. He just told me that Jesus' birthday was in June. This is my first time hearing this. So I want him to go to the scripture, the book that he read from, which is the King
No,
James
that's not
Version,
the
and I
book. You
want him
don't
to
even
prove
know the
that to
book I
me
read.
because he stated that it's not based off interpretation. How the way he interpreted scripture is pertaining to what he got from it to make it believe that Jesus was born in June. I may get something completely different. That's the case, no one would be celebrating Christmas because people believe that Jesus was born December 25th. You know,
so
when you don't even
so so
supposed to
so
have
I
a.
understand. Yeah, I understand. It's like everything that you need proof from, you basing it off what you don't believe in.
And
Like
brother Capo,
if you would need proof from this, you was like, show me in the Bible. And if you were shown, and it seems like if you were shown in the Bible, it's something else that you
Then
know.
why not provide the proof instead of giving me all these
right,
excuses? I'm
exactly,
No, it's not
curious,
no
sir.
excuse.
right,
It's just what he said.
The
Hold on,
Bible
right.
Just give me
is
the
hold on.
proof.
Listen,
the
They
Bible
don't
is
have
a
the
form of
proof.
proof.
They
what's
don't.
being said in the
Be
room right now is that y'all don't even
be
believe
muted.
in the Bible itself. Listen, hold on. What y'all don't like, y'all don't even believe in the Bible itself, but y'all expecting to get evidence of something in the Bible. So if I'm telling you something outside of the Bible now you want me to go into the Bible to confirm what I'm saying that's not in the Bible, but yet every time I'm giving you stuff in the Bible, you saying well the Bible ain't true. So what he's saying is that y'all asking y'all being disingenuous. You don't really want to know where it's at in the Bible. You just know that it's not written in the Bible because nobody else is saying what I'm saying. But there's a reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, and it's better for you to ask why am I saying that versus where is it at in the Bible that you don't even agree with anyway.
So
Okay,
may I,
hold
because
on
he
for a
addressed.
minute. Hey,
Hold
brother.
on, Don. Hold on. So these are my people that's in the space. So that's why I'm telling them to hold on just a second. All right. Who said they don't believe in the Bible? Because I said that I'm agnostic, so I don't confirm nor deny. And when I'm speaking to someone that strongly believe in what they believe in, it's your job to convince me otherwise.
Yeah, but Ink, you're coming forward though with questions that are like very well known, and just because you're saying that they might not be in the Bible itself, that's problematic. They're extra biblical sources. Like if you look at the history, for example, you were citing December 25th as Jesus' birthday, right? But if you look at the history of Christianity, right? December was the 25th, right? Was a pagan holiday, right? So it was a celebration of the end of winter, going into spring, right? So you would have this celebration, and the pagans were trying to be corrected by the Christians at the time, and they used that day as a way of celebrating Jesus's birthday, right? Even though it wasn't really his birthday, as a way of wiping out these pagan holidays that were kind of like had these footholds in these areas still. So there's history here behind these things, And it doesn't necessarily have to be in the Bible itself, self-contained, right? There's like the apocryphal texts and the Dead Sea Scrolls and other extra biblical sources that aren't necessarily included in the Bible itself.
See, this
But
is
if
why
you
Why
I
write
keep
it
is
into the
saying,
can
Bible,
I
it doesn't
say
necessarily
something?
hold up,
have
hold
the
Why
up,
is it
same
saying
interpretation.
25th?
That's not true.
If you saying the 25th, because it's confusing. Okay, I would ask Brother Capital. He said June. Do you believe it's June, or do you believe it's somewhere around the 25th of the winter
It's def-
season?
def-
Because it seems like we
it's
getting.
definitely
Hold up, you
It's
said
actually
hold up, Roland. Hold up, brother Roland. Real respectfully, you said December. The other brother said June. Now I'm asking Brother Capital: is he agreeing with June, or is he agreeing with the
no, he's
December?
right with June. I'm just saying that the December, the reason.
okay, listen, all you got to do is show everyone in this space is asking for proof. All right. This is something that you believe in. This is something that you have read. This is something that you've been studying. I have not seen this nowhere in the Bible. I have not seen it nowhere it actually existing anywhere. So all I'm asking to show me where it say June or December in the Bible. You can go with December or June. Just show us.
No, I'm about to bring
Okay.
something up. No, hold on. I'm about to bring this out real quick, right? Because this is what I like to do. So
No, I don't
I'm about
need
to
to.
read.
I'm Catholic and we just know better. I'm just kidding.
Catholics is
I'm messing
questionable
So
also,
around,
man.
guys. I'm messing
hold on.
around.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we
All
go.
religions go wrong.
Here we go. Watch this, right? So I'm gonna read a couple things, right? So first thing I'm gonna read. Who is Jesus? Jesus Christ, aka Emmanuel of Nazareth, was a Nazarene, which means one separated. Separated or set apart means holy or sanctified. Jesus was a holy child who grew in wisdom and favor with God, as stated in Luke 2 and 52. Jesus is the Son of God, as explained in Book 6. Get y'all notes out too. So if I say any Bible verses, y'all can write them down so y'all don't keep asking me what Bible verse. You will get your note pen out. The Son of God, as explained in Book 6, God in Tangible Form. Jesus is the Son of the Most High, and they try to put things on him that he never put on himself. Jesus in John 5 and 43 tells us that Jesus comes in his Father's name. The name of God is the nature, character, and authority of God. God's nature, character, and authority was portrayed by Jesus once the Holy Spirit descended upon him. Jesus was born from a woman named Mary who became with child through a process that was influenced by the Holy Spirit. This process in medical terms is called parthenogenesis, meaning reproduction from an ovum without fertilization, especially as a normal process in some invertebrates and lower plants. This term isn't used in scriptures to describe his birth, so many argue on the possibility of his birth. But that's only the non-believers who let things that won't understand affect their ability to see the truth. Jesus came to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and it's still that time. Our job is to follow Jesus by pushing the kingdom gospel to all nations for a witness to all. Jesus is Jesus is within those who believe on his name and walk in it. Jesus is the truth, the way, the life. To understand Jesus, you must understand love, because Jesus is
Wait.
love, physically and spiritually. Now, really quick, this the next part again.
I disagree.
I bet everybody disagree. When was Jesus born? Jesus was born in theory around June 25th. In theory, Inc., there is no precise data on Jesus' birth. Many scholars use lambing season to determine the time of year Jesus was born, mentioned in Luke 2 and 8. This means it was around March or April up until maybe May. But truthfully, depending on whether it can be done, the truth of the matter is it can be done all year round. Some people make things up to fit their agenda. We have no actual date, so we shouldn't use a date. God never instructed us to worship birthdays or holidays outside of the holy days set apart, which means God doesn't need to recognize the day Jesus was born, but instead the purpose of the birth itself. The birthday of Jesus Christ is only important to people who want us to think we are living in a accurate calendar system. The calendar years are based on the birth of Jesus. 1 AD is 1 year, the 1 year birthday of Jesus. This isn't 100% accurate because historians have confirmed that there is a mix up with the dates that they put as Jesus' birthday. Some argue his birthday was between 4 BC and 6 AD, which means they do not know what year it actually is. And they do not know if any dates are truly the right year. This means a lot of history could
I
be
got to get up out this room. Listen, I'm
Hold on,
constantly raising my hand. I
hold
got to
on.
go.
Wait.
I got to go.
This is the thing. If you go get out the room, brother, you can go ahead and get out the room. The only problem that I'm having is when you do that type of stuff right there. Everything that I'm saying
That
is
no, it's
facts.
not.
It's
Let
nothing.
me come.
No.
It's not facts.
Let
Everything that I'm
It's
him
saying.
not.
say
Hold on.
something.
No. Problem is, if I'm saying something that's wrong, you can easily wait till I'm finished and then say what's wrong. The problem is you're not going to be able to do that because nothing that I'm saying is false information. I just gave you the understanding of the mix-ups because no historian knows exactly when he was actually born. And there's a dispute and argument about 4 BC and 6 BC, 4 BC and 680. And there's a lot of other mix-ups and nobody knows the history that's and the dates that everything is aligned because there's a lot of mix-ups that's going on. So depending on when something actually happened, the date can be off some years or not. So they don't have an accurate history system on a lot of shit because everything is based upon Jesus' birth. If you don't, you got like the Chinese calendar and they calendar only start at a certain point as well. They don't even go past a certain point because they still limited on the information that they have. So there's no
But you
accurate
confirming
calendar
a
system
birth
that
without a
exists on
Y
anything.
chromosome.
Watch this. So can I ask one? Then I'm about to leave. So
No,
when
no,
is the
no,
devil?
no, 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 no,
No, I
no.
have to do
That's not how
something.
this
I
works.
have to.
No, listen, you can leave if you go leave, bro. But I don't like that. That's not what I do in my rooms. This is a morning show, its own podcast, its own recording. So people get to witness the energy that I have to deal with on a daily basis, which is people that come in here and don't have no knowledge. Because I just broke some knowledge down that's facts. This is all documented. And I brung out
Well,
the
you
book
read
chapters
Okay,
from
and
a
let's see
That's
verses.
your
not
And
knowledge
I
knowledge.
brung
Are
real
and
you
I
quick,
going
brung
to
out
bro.
the
learn?
book chapters and verses that people can go to find anything that I'm saying. And people talking about, I'm about to get up out of here to project an emotional energy to make people think that don't have enough information to know for themselves that this is not actual factual information, which
I'm
it is.
fine.
They need to go and
What are you
learn themselves what
about?
it is. And the energies and the
In
demons that's
terms,
coming out of you right now, sister, don't let that be a thing that's gonna get you into trouble.
Can
Like,
I
just
tell
relax.
you
I ain't
why I
getting
said I
into you.
was going to leave?
Bro, you can tell me
So
that, but you're
because
still bringing a
because
bad energy.
I don't have any bad
By
energy. So
saying you
let
gonna
me say
leave,
this.
brother, you're disturbing the energy of my room. There's other people
Yo, who got
outside
the
of
What?
bad energy?
you that
You?
was in here
Oh,
before you got here. So whether you leave or not, the
I'm
energy
trying to
still was a
challenge your
certain way.
knowledge, though.
I
I'm
stopped
trying
the
to.
energy and changed it to for you because you came into the space. So I
I
came
would
in
like to
and,
challenge your
and said,
knowledge.
"Hey, Ink, let's have a conversation."
You're
So
not
if
going to
I'm
get a
wrong
word
about something,
in.
that's one thing. But if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong about what I'm wrong about. Don't just say I'm gonna
You
leave
wrong.
I'm
because
going
your
to.
energy, whatever. That's
I'm going
crazy, bro.
to.
I would like to challenge your
Oh,
knowledge.
I would
I would
love for
like to
somebody to
challenge
do
your
that, but
knowledge.
let Ink say what he got to say. But
all I
like
was
that whole
going.
I'm about to leave shit. If you gonna leave, just leave,
Oh,
bro.
okay, listen, calm down. All right, this see now you see how he acting when he's in my room, and this is why he get removed because he 10 times worse in my space. All right, so all I was going to ask is when is the devil birthday?
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna make sure something else is clear.
No,
This is
so
exactly
so
how I
hold
act
on.
in your space.
When is
No,
the
this
devil?
is exactly how I act in your space, and I act like this in your space because this is the truth, and this is what y'all do. When I'm saying something that's true, I didn't even get to finish what the fuck I was reading in my own space. That's disrespectful as shit. And in your space, you can interrupt me, but at the same time, it's still disrespectful. So if I turn up like that in your space, like I'm doing right now, I get sit down and kick the fuck out, and I can't
Let's
do that
just
right
go,
now.
bro.
So that's all it is. There's nothing wrong right now. You're just projecting what you feeling. I'm letting you speak. You can say anything you want and you can talk, but you're not about to disrespect me in my own space because I don't do that to you in your space. I let you speak, Ink.
That's
Your moderators that come at me, they be on that bullshit, and I call them bitches when they be acting
what
like it.
you a man
It's
of
that
God.
simple.
Fuck out of here. Come on.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly why. And that's why my discernment is smooth and I know how to handle situations when people are in my space. You're not gonna put off a narrative that I'm not right about something that I'm clearly right about. When you lack knowledge, you need to go fix that. Don't try to project it on me. Oh, I'm about to leave the room because you just said some factual information I didn't even know. Because I bet none of y'all
But
know
you didn't say
that
nothing
I
factual,
bet
though.
none of y'all know exactly what the concept of what his birthday actually is and what AD even represents and why we're living in a calendar system that says that we right now it's the year 2023 because we could actually be living in an entirely different year and none of y'all probably know why, but you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong because you haven't did your own studying.
Can you prove Jesus actually existed?
Yeah, we can keep doing that, but I'm
He
saying
cannot. But
this
the
is the
question that I
energy that
want to
people this is the energy that people keep bringing because they in their feelings. We
I'm
went
just
from one
asking a
question
listen.
question.
we went
Hold
from one
on,
question to the
Justice.
next one.
My question correlates to everything that you were just saying a second ago. The reason why I said I got to leave the room is because Sister Ishmael have started a space and I received a message. That's why I said I got to leave the room. But before I do, I wanted to address some things that you have said. I don't know how they was being disrespectful. All right. So listen, my last question that I want to pose to you is, when is the devil birthday?
That's such a silly
Wait,
question,
can you
man.
be quiet? That's why you get kicked out of my
How is it a
spaces as
silly
well.
question? That's just no.
His
The reason
I'm
birthday is
not
Jesus'
question
talking to
is
birthday,
talking to
you.
that
mine.
I'm not
I,
talking to you.
that's fine, but it's a silly
I'm
question.
talking to
That's
man-made
fine.
radio.
That's
That's who I'm
that's
speaking
fine.
to.
That's fine. But
Yo,
I'm going to
get
say something
off
real
his
quick.
nuts.
The point is, though, that's a silly question
Can you let
because
him answer the question? You must already know
angels
what I'm
Hold
alluding
on,
to.
listen. This is the thing,
angels
right?
aren't on
Hold
the
on,
same
this is the
time.
thing, right? There's a system that work right here, right? So again, God, the Most High God, has no birthday. Everything that God has created was created at a specific time that we don't have an estimate like date. Our system, our calendar system, wasn't even created until 3 days after God's third day of working or creating the earth. So the first day that God started creating the heavens and the earth, the third day is when God actually put the order in place for us to have our days and years. So there's a process that exists that we don't even recognize, like when it comes to time and how time works. So I'm not about to go into who has, like, the first thing I said when I was just reading what I was reading was we shouldn't even use a date. God never told us to worship birthdays or none or dates or any of that. So his birthday doesn't matter to me at all. And the only people that his birthday matters to, which is what I was reading before it got interrupted because they wanted to say they about to go to a room that's again about to waste time, because the only reason why that sister left this room is because she can't be in this room and have a conversation without getting her feelings. So again, people do these things because they can't have actual conversations that's going to lead to the growth of their mind, because they're stuck somewhere. You stuck on the Bible because you don't understand the Bible, but I'm even past that. I'm writing my own books now because I understand the Bible and I understand what they were doing. The people in the Bible who wrote the Bible, I understand what they were doing. They were being led by something that I'm being led by now. And you can do the same thing. So I'm not taking nothing away from nobody, but you're stuck on the Bible being missing pieces, or you don't know Jesus's birthday and things like that, and you're stopping the fact that that all the evidence points to Jesus coming to this planet. Everything that you do right now is based off of what Jesus did. The time that we're living in right now is based off of Jesus' birth. We living in 2023 AD, the year of our Lord.
What?
I thought his name was Joshua. Where did Jesus come
No,
from?
his name is Love. His name is Love, and that's another thing people don't get. But I ain't go. See. I'm gonna leave it at this, and I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up anyway, because this room has been going on since 9 a.m. So it's been a dope room. But my point is, when we had these conversations, the brother said evidence of Jesus Christ. I want to read a couple things and bring some more stuff out. Um, Watch this. Let me see. Who is it? Jesus. Is Jesus coming back? I'm about to read this right here. Jesus is the most referenced and talked about person in history. As we went over it earlier in the chapters, the historic dates are all based on the birth of Jesus, whether we want to admit it or not. Many people misinterpret the scriptures in the book of Acts that speaks on Jesus returning. This is speaking on Jesus being one with the Holy Spirit. And when the Holy Spirit comes, Jesus will be as one with the Comforter. John 14:26. Many so-called Bible scholars ignore that Jesus said in Matthew 28:19-20 that the Father, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus have the same name. And we are to submerge all nations in that name. And Jesus will be with us always. 1 John 4:2, verse 2-3 tells us that the Antichrist is those who do not confess that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. Those people are not of Christ. Jesus is in the flesh with all those who have the Holy Spirit. People claim to have the Holy Spirit, but they suffer from the spirit of error in 1 John 4:6. These people do not love, so they do not know God in the spirit of or the flesh. Jesus told us in John 14:26 that the Father will send the Comforter to us that receive him, believe, and have faith. Those who do not show the love of Jesus in them doesn't know Jesus. Some people ignore how Jesus was. Jesus was not a pushover or a fool. Jesus did get angry and he flipped tables over, but he also called his disciple Peter Satan. He also called the Sadducees and Pharisees snakes and serpents. He called out the wicked and did not hold his tongue. Jesus is still here today, but people still kill the flesh, but they will never kill the spirit because it is eternal and forever. So people that don't believe in Jesus or know Jesus, that's on them, but Jesus is still here today, and they won't be able to recognize Jesus until they actually study and look into what Jesus was telling us. And some people don't do that because they too busy trying to prove whether he existed or not before they actually take on that information. So I'll leave it at that. Anybody want to tap in?
Hey, but
Yeah,
with
I want
that,
to.
brother mine, can I just say
I
real
want
quick,
to chime in. I don't know. I've
real
been
quick?
listening for a while now. I've been listening. I want
I
to say
have.
something real quick. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
No,
just want to say real quick.
just let Dunn go first.
I just want to say, can't you when you said people want to prove Jesus existed first before the other thing, but wouldn't that be the smart thing to do? Like, 'cause that's the question I would ask. Did you believe this stuff first before you tried to prove it, or did somebody, or did you read it and say, wait a minute, before I go off just blindly believing, let me see if there's truth to this. Because what we know for a fact is that there are, I mean, the brother up here laughing though, but I'm just trying to understand, like, I'm not going to blindly believe something, me personally. I'm just not going to do it. Okay. I need the evidence of it. Like you can't, because what we know is that there are no contemporary accounts of Jesus. All of the accounts that we have are from later people that come later after Jesus, and it's sketchy at best. Now, I would agree that most of those so-called biblical scholars, people who study this stuff, the consensus what they're claiming is that Jesus existed. But here's the thing, though: we still have to see what are they basing that on. We still have to go with the evidence, because the same evidence they're basing that on, we as intelligent people get to look at that evidence our own selves. And this is one question I would ask, and I will leave it here. I heard that brother mention earlier, brother Roland, say that like it's not so inconceivable to believe that Jesus existed, because there were guys walking around preaching the end of world scenario, the apocalyptic scenario. I'm like, that's true. There were a lot of dudes walking around in Jerusalem preaching that. I'm not going to deny that. My question would be then, how do you know? Two questions. How do you know which one of those dudes is Jesus then? Because we know there was like them dudes probably came a dime a dozen dudes walking around in Jerusalem preaching the end of world scenario. So how do you know how do you distinguish between them which one is Jesus? And just this one more thing. If you take the miracles away, can you really call it Jesus then? Because what it's predicated on is all of the stuff he did. So how can you really call it Jesus then? And I'll land right there.
So done the way that we establish the existence of historical figures is different than the way that like we look at other things that we have evidence for directly, right? So what you're looking for with evidence for historical figures is like independent corroborating text from independent sources, right? So individuals that aren't affiliated with each other over different spans of time that are corroborating the same details of an individual. Um, so there's, like I said, there's very little in the academia in terms of historians that are either religious or non-religious that do corroborate Jesus's existence, right? Like, so I mean, for me, right, I'm an atheist, and in a lot of cases I'm an anti-theist, right? I think that religion's harmful. But I don't feel comfortable in saying something that would be at odds with the evidence, right? Like, so there is a lot of evidence that Jesus existed. Obviously, I don't believe that he did any miracles or any of the God claims are true. But I really don't see any issue with the idea that, like I said, an apocryphal preacher existed back then. And like I said, there's a lot of independent sources that corroborate there having been a man named Jesus that existed at that time. So I don't know. That part doesn't bother me. The miracles are kind of more what I'd speak out against.
Well, so people, regardless of how they personally feel, like Jesus existed. The concept of what Jesus came to do was to bring an understanding that already existed before he was born back to the forefront so people can recognize it. He came in the order of Melchizedek, and there was a concept of Melchizedek being the priest of the Most High God, meaning that he had a direct connection with God, and his genealogy, like who his parents was, none of that mattered. It was the direct relationship that he had with God that was the matter. He came in the nature, character, and authority of God. And what was the nature, character, and authority of God? Showing love. And how do we know that was showing love? Because what he do to Abraham after Abraham came back from saving his nephew and things like that, he offered him bread and wine as an offering to show him love. Love is the key essence of the nature, character, and authority of God. And like showing love to all those who love is the key. You know what I'm saying? And even to those who don't love. But that's how it's hard to do that. So that's what Jesus came to show us how to do. Love in a world full of hate. Yeah, so that's the key. And if a person don't get that or agree with that, that's their business. But that's the reason why Jesus came, regardless of anybody feel, you know, otherwise. So with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody that's in the room right now. I am going to post a link to last Sunday's podcast, so y'all can check that one out until this one drops this week, and check in the Mom Made Morning Show. This is the third episode, the third week. Last week, one of the biggest topics was woman killed by boyfriend of 20 years after warning police. So y'all can go listen to that podcast. It is about 2 hours or so long, and yeah, that should get y'all through some time. So anybody want to say anything before I close the room down? I'm about to play a song on my way out.
Yeah, I want to say something real fast. Um, the guy that was just speaking, I want to say, Roller. I want to say, I think I just put it in the chat. He like the epitome of why our brother didn't want to do these so-called miracles that people was asking of in the time of his walk, to believe that he was who he said he was, or who people said he was, say that he was, and they, even in those times, when he did so, they called him crazy. They seen it as uh, a trick, which is why we got magic today. But I'm gonna just leave it right there. You know, um, and save it for another space. But yeah. Just listening to Roland, I heard him. I heard he say he was an atheist, but he did a good job in the back and in the existence of our brothers. So that was kind of interesting to me. So I just wanted to add that. That's all.
Yeah, man, I kind of stepped in, late along the lines, so I was just chiming in. But yeah, I heard a lot of, interesting things. I'll just say that, I'm pretty familiar with a lot of stuff, but I don't just toot my own horn or nothing like that there, But yeah, I this actually my first day using this. My cousin, he was telling me about this here Clubhouse app or whatever. I'm just not into the world like that. You feel me? I'm into the real, encounters with people, face to face, hands on. Where you can get it. But yeah, man. I don't know when the next one you're gonna have or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't mind coming in because I didn't get to speak. I know you're about to close it, and I respect that. And I just think from what I hear, I just hear a lot of back and forth. We as people and men of color, women of color. You know what I mean? We all have. A broad mind. I don't undermine anyone, and what they may know, or I only deal with know, if you understand how I'm saying it. You feel me? I'm pretty long winded, but I'm gonna cut it short. You feel me? But um, I just feel like to have a dialogue, it has to be, a person speaking, and trying to digest or download what that other person is saying. And I mean, it's all about facts. You know what I mean? It's all about truth. I think we as people of color are in denial of truth, and we need to stand on that, not what somebody has written in English for you. This isn't even a dominant language. You know what I mean? It's a cursed language, if you want to be honest. We're not even in tune with that as a group of people collectively. You understand? So I don't attack my people. You feel me? I try to educate them and uplift them, because oh, we are at the bottom of the bottom. You feel me? But anyway, man, you know, like I say, I don't know when you're gonna have the next one, but I enjoy, you know, what I did here to a degree. But you know, the arguing and just the going at each other is pointless. You know, we're here to learn from one another as the Creator created all of us, and that's one thing for sure. You know, being here on this planet. We're here to learn from one another, whether it's good or bad. You understand? But for the most, we're seeking positive, you know. But
No,
yeah, I'm
100.
gonna close out on that, brother.
No, 100. We every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Come through. Y'all go catch us here, and we gonna be tapping in with some music into the, you know, we're gonna take off from there. So I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure y'all click that link at the top so y'all can listen to the last episode from last week. And yeah, be ready for this week's episode. Make sure y'all subscribe to my Spotify channel, follow my Spotify. Y'all can also subscribe and be a monthly subscriber as well. All that good stuff. And so with that being said, let's play some hood music real quick. Let's tap in. A2000 EST. Yeah, OEOEE. Ride around town with that Bible on me, got that word, come copy for free. Ride around town with that Bible on me, got that word, that's all that I need. I get that joy that deep my soul, they can't take that from me. Fill me up every time I go, when I hit that road, don't leave. So kill I know tomorrow, don't know who you are. Take that over God, now you won't leave me astray. Can't wait no more, you know I need you today. I can't play no more, this life ain't no game. I can't say no more, I got big old face. Can't say no more, I got big old face. No, you gave your life for me. On my own, I couldn't breathe. All my scars and flaws you see, but you gave it all for me. That's why I'm right around town with that Bible on me. Got that word, come copy for free. Right around town with that Bible on me. Got that word, that's all that I need. Get that joy that beat my soul. They can't take that from me. Fill me up every time I go. When I hit that road, don't leave. Big ol' step on top of the word. Follow the one who put flight in the bird.